Hello, hello, and welcome along to episode 27 of Sogravia, the Last Bastion. Last episode, we pushed away the darkness inside of us and inside everyone else, and we saved Ramsbottom from a truly terrible fate. We made our way along the road and met a guy who sold scrolls, and that was the end of the session, because that took forever. After which, we continued along the road, and that brings us to today. Unfortunately, today, Darth cannot be with us. He is deep-sea diving in Denmark and has fractured his collarbone. But don't worry, he'll be absolutely fine, and with us next week, maybe, if we're unlucky. With that, I think we are going to go straight back into it, traveling along the road. What are we doing? Where are we doing it? And why are we doing it? And where are we at? What's the plan? Oh, hold on. Sorry.
Gone.
I've got Kanye West playing in the background. There we go. That's more like it. Sorry. You were headed back towards Anhania, I believe. In fact, I believe you had got there.
Yes. Yeah, we had reported to Anvar, and we heard that the assassination attempt happened, and we went to the Mage's Arcane.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we teleported, right?
Yeah.
Did you actually teleport?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay, fantastic.
The dude was all sleepy, and then we were talking our way through. Or the others were talking their way through.
Okay.
Yeah.
Josh, your camera's at a really weird angle. It shows us like a little bit of you.
Oh, that's true. What's our business here? Teleporting. I remember.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I can move it about, but it's just that at the moment, it's not doing you. Okay. I'll just move it. That's fine. Oh, that's really
Can I have a
helpful.
direction as to where I should move my camera?
That.
Oh, great.
Well, somebody DC'd mid-moment, so... Oh. Oh, what's happened to Josh's camera?
What?
I think you might need to turn your camera off and turn it on again.
Nothing's wrong on my end.
Well, on our end, you're doing this.
Yeah, that's what I was doing.
Rocking out.
Yeah, that's what I always do.
Yeah.
This is a Gandalf meme.
Wait. Better?
Yeah. It just feels very side-on. Like, it's not normally
And
side-on,
my
is
camera's
it?
always like this.
Is this? Okay, I don't believe you. Very well. Okay, we'll put up with it. So you had got to Karthan, and as you arrived at Karthan at the Mage's Arcane, that is, I believe, where we left off. So here we are. This is Karthan. Welcome along. I believe we're using the mech suit as the party marker. Any business to attend to within the Mage's Arcane before leaving?
Unless Alan wanted to talk to people.
Well, was there someone here to talk to?
You need to speak to somebody to register your mech suit.
Oh,
To
that's
register
right.
Sid.
Let's do that. And talk to Yanrick.
Okay. So you headed up to the Department of Automation and Artifice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get some of my
As you do so,
coworkers
and on the front door there's this weird sort of series of cogs. And there's one little tiny cog to the bottom right that you have to turn to open the door. Any artificer worth their salt would work this out immediately, but everybody else is totally bemused. Callum, however, reaches up and just zzz, and the whole door sort of winds open. And inside you can see a couple of dwarves hard at work upon the floor on what appears to be a large flat metal sheet that looks a bit like a stick man.
Whoa. Hello, fellas. What are you working on?
Oh, hi, hello. That's kind of high, top secret, you know.
Yeah, I know. You're
And then
right.
she
That
nods
was foolish
towards
of
your.
me.
She nods towards your visitors.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
But you may give me
I'll
an
shoo you guys away.
Tinker's Tools checks and see if you can just ascertain for yourself what it is.
Sure. Oh my goodness. 13.
Okay. It looks to be like the framework to the back of something, perhaps that could be raised as a standard in battle or used as a decoy or something. But It's a little unclear. It's also not very well made. It's a bit of a scrappy one. As you might expect, after a little moment, a small gnome comes in, and he's got grey hair that's just pointed up into one tall spike on top of his head. As he comes in, he sort of looks down and... Abominable. Absolutely abominable. You couldn't have at least make it look somewhat nice. Oh, despicable. Oh. Visitors. Callum! Welcome on in. It's been a while since you've graced these parts, and you will know that this man is called Winlock.
Winlock, how's it going? I didn't want to... I lower my voice. I didn't want to say anything to the dwarves, but... Oh, my goodness, right?
Absolutely atrocious. Terribly, terribly inefficient. And just the lack of artifice is just demeaning to all of our department.
Let's hope it's just a prototype.
If only. That's the 7th of these structures they've created. And they're not getting any better at it. But that's okay. They're only to be used as a framework. We can always put a minor illusion on them to make them look somewhat better than that. Anyway, what brings you to the department today? Oh, you've got to register. Of course.
Registering,
Of course.
yeah.
Paperwork. I hate paperwork. Where's that rat? And she just turns around and calls out, Marcus! And after a while, a rat, about 2 foot in height, comes in, and round its neck is a huge folder. And the rat, as you look more closely, the rest of you will see that there is a minor illusion sort of stuck to it, making it look a little more real than it is, but it is indeed made of metal and cogs. And round its neck is this huge folder, and he sort of pulls it out, and it keeps going and going and going, like an extendable drawer. And eventually, as he flicks through it... paperwork. One registration form. I'm sure I can trust you to fill it in appropriately. You can hand it in the front desk.
Perfect. Thank you.
We don't need to ask any questions. We know that you're a perfect member of the guild. What brings you with all these friends, though? They look a little clumsy.
They all have their own unique talents. We're kind of
don't
working
they
on a
all?
special Shadowveil-based operation, gathering intel at
Oh,
this
marvellous, marvellous. Well, the Shadowveil are quite interesting in their own way, I suppose.
Yeah, we've been learning a lot of interesting things.
Good.
Do you know where we could find, God, what was that name I just said? Yanrick, actually.
Yanrick, reading up in the tower, I assume. This is... down the corridor, round the corner, and up the spiral staircase. Take a left, and then go back on yourself. And as you head down, it's the 4th door on the right. Big silver one, really hard to miss. Huge key on the front. Has anyone seen Obi? It's just fucked off.
No.
I am here.
Oh,
Well,
you meant Obi?
Obi's here.
Welcome back, Matt. Just checking you're with us. So down the corridor, up the spiral staircase, to take a left turn back on yourself, and it is the 4th door on your right, the silver key. That is where you will find Yenrik, and for the purpose of the group, and perhaps your DM as well. Remind me why we need to speak to Yenrik?
The foremost scholar of the Shadowveil language and the nature of their magic.
Ah, that's who
I have in
Yenrik
my
is. Yep.
notes.
I remember having to delve through the archives to find information on him last week, and I did not think to bring it up this week, so bear with me a second.
That's okay.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. We just headed straight up there? Cool.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
As you all traipse along the corridor, a couple of halflings run past you, carrying a really, really tall, what looks to be a grandfather clock. They're both holding the bottom, and it's sort of pendulum swinging above them in all sorts of dodgy angles as they both try and sort of get behind it to make sure it doesn't fall over. Why they didn't carry it lengthways, no one knows. After a little moment later, a Vidalcan wearing a really tiny pair of spectacles with a second pair of lenses about 6 inches in front of the first, walks down the corridor staring at a device and almost walks straight into you all as he's staring down at what appears to be 2, like, compasses? Like, you know what, they're not the ones you use to see where you're going, but the ones you use to draw a circle.
The math one.
And he's sort of rotating them in the air and little confused, and then as you pass the next door on the left, there is this sort of consistent ringing of a bell, almost like a bicycle bell. You bring, bring, bring over and over again, and you just hear every now and again what appears to be a gnomish voice behind you. Damn it! No, not quite. Yes, no. Ring, ring! Oh, for goodness sake, shut up! Goodness. And as you carry on down the corridor, finally you see one very large Goliath sort of stooped over. And he's got a pair of gauntlets on that appear to be pulling him along the corridor. And you have to swiftly move to the side to get out of his way as he just... Sorry, can't stop. As he charges on down the corridor, and you get to the fourth door on the right, and there is a silver door with a large key embossed on top of it.
Great. I miss this place. How do we open this? I'll just try to open it normally.
As soon as you go to touch it, you get a little electric shock. You take 1 lightning damage, and you back up.
Wow.
It appears that this door is warded away from any visitors. You could perhaps shout out, or you could disarm the very cunning electric trap to open it yourself, but you get the impression that might be a little rude.
That would be rude. Yeah, I'll just shout, "Hello, Yenrik, are you in there?" Or anyone else.
I'm not scheduled to see any idiots until Friday!
No idiots are present.
Well then, what on earth are you doing here? And with that, the door sort of swings open really slowly. And he looks over. You've never met this man. And as he sees you, he sort of... Oh, come in. Watch the sliding Gazalabum.
Of course.
And as you come in, there is a sort of metal track around the ceiling. And upon which is a heavy metal ball sliding along it very quickly, letting out a slight whistling sound, and turning as it goes. Flitting around the entire room is what appears to be a mechanical dragon, approximately 1.5 foot in length, and it's sort of waving its wings around. Every now and again it just... and breathes a little puff of fire into the sky. There is 2 animals attacking each other on the floor that appear to both be made of bronze. On closer inspection, one is a griffin and the other one is a chimera. And a little tiny audience of metal figures are clapping around them. And on his desk, almost the entire desk is covered in paperwork and weird contraptions and everything. And sat right on the top, sort of on a pile of the other things, is a huge piece of quartz. It's sort of pink in colour. And the man behind the desk is stood on his chair to look at the quartz, because with all the things that are built up on his desk, the stuff has risen higher, so he now can't see while sitting down. He's got this humongous grey beard that is plaited all the way down, and he's got a very long wispy moustache that comes all the way out and then twiddles round in a perfect spiral. His bushy eyebrows almost completely obscure his eyes, and on his hair is a single line of grey hair across the front, and then bright green dreadlocks coming out the back. And as he sees you, he sort of looks up and...
Cool.
Oh, well, I think you lied to me. There's at least one idiot in your entourage, but come on in anyway. I'm sure we can speak to the intelligent. It's, no, I'm sorry. Callum, got it. Oh, I should have remembered. And then gestures towards Sid. Interesting,
That's alright.
I don't think we've made an acquaintance, and points over at Zavril.
Yes, we haven't. My name's Zavril.
Your kind have actually displayed some intellect. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. And he sort of looks over the rest of you and...
Wow.
Goodness gracious, is that a kobold?
Yes, new member of the Magus Arcane.
Oh.
I'll show my wand. A member wand.
He sort of shakes his head for a moment, and I'm sure you displayed a mighty talent for them to consider such an entrant. Well, you've come bustling my door, as they say. That's not the phrase, is it? Darkening my entrance?
That works.
Okay, good.
We heard that you know more than anyone about the Shadowveil language and maybe their magic as well.
I've forgotten more about the Shadowveil than anyone has ever known. But that to be said, Shadowveil, yes, I know plenty of things about their language. Ungaken mun klarka. That means thank you for breakfast.
My goodness. Well,
Not for use, I'll grant you, but it's something. I have some papers of study here. Where are they? And this quartz sort of rolls across the desk, and coming off the desk is a heavy metal ball in the other direction, falling there, and then a little white rabbit leaps up, made of paper, as he sort of shuffles through, and things are just flying left, right, and centre. And he reaches behind his head and stops the mechanical dragon from breathing fire on the paper that's moving and turns it round and sends it back the other way. Continues to sort of dishevelly move all this paperwork around. Eventually pulls out what appears to be a clipboard. And he slams it down on the top. Ah! Got it. Where did that quartz go? Where did that quartz? Ah! And he sort of reaches over and he tries to lift it, and it's a bit heavy, so he just sort of, with two hands, sort of drags it back across the desk and then gets this clipboard out. And the clipboard appears to be blank. And then he sort of quickly gives an incantation to reveal it. And there's stacks of parchment laid upon it. And, what Shadowveil language, you say? Not much point speaking it. They're not worth talking to, you know. You should just kill them on sight. But that being said, I suppose if one wanted to infiltrate or learn, learning is always a worthy cause. I have many notes here. Is there... I suppose you'll be wanting a copy, won't you?
If it's not too much trouble, yes.
Where did I put it? He sort of looks around the desk. Nope. And opens a drawer. I don't suppose you have an imricable copier, do you?
A what?
An imricable copier. No.
Not on me, no.
He sort of reaches to the side of the desk and he starts banging a bell, which, and as he bangs the bell, it sort of lets out this woo alarm. Four gnomes come sprinting down the corridor and in. Oh, what's the problem? And I've lost my imricable copier. And, yeah, look, that's the emergency bell. We'll have half the Magus Arcane up here soon. Good, one of them can find it. And one of the gnomes sort of, I have one you may use, and he reaches into a pocket and his arm just keeps going down as he sort of bends down, his head almost touching the floor, his hand looking like it should be in his shoe by now. And eventually he pulls out this small piece of metal and snaps it open to have a little glass lens across it, and he hands it over. And then noticing the shaking head of Yenrik, he sort of reaches his hand back into the same pocket and pulls out a sheaf of paper and hands it to the man, and slowly he starts pulling the imricable copier down each sheet one by one, and the parchment begins writing itself with a copy.
That's cool.
You'll have to do something for me in return, you know.
Oh.
So
Well,
he
of
continues
course.
copying.
We have to help each other out.
The kobold.
Yes. I would say our foremost linguist, by the way, if anyone's going to...
A kobold linguist? By the names.
Yes. How many languages do you
Intention.
know, Obi?
Please say
5,
two.
6?
5.
It is a lot.
Although maybe 6, because I kind of know Goblin.
Is that so?
Learning Goblin.
And he will turn and address you in Draconic. And I do apologise, young man. I'd underestimated you. You are a male of your species, are you not?
What?
Are you a male of your species?
Yes.
Oh, very good. Sorry, I don't want to offend. I don't know much about kobolds. I should know more about kobolds. Never enough time to learn all the things you should learn. So I understand you've displayed some magical talent. Is that so?
Yes, but I don't know why.
I see. Are you an anomaly of your kind? Are you different to all the others?
The other kobolds? Yes.
Oh, I see. Well, that's good. We can't have them all manifesting exceptional talent. That would be quite disturbing. Could you demonstrate some magic for me?
On you?
As long as it doesn't hurt. He sort of clunks a bunch of paperwork in Callum's hand and then carries on.
Oh, thank you.
I will mage hand paperwork out of Callum's hand back to the desk and saying, Callum has other stuff to do.
Okay, well, a parlour trick, but a useful one, I'll give you that. And have you manifested more powerful magic? If you have, fire it at the window.
Oh god.
Oh, God.
Don't worry, it's charmed to catch it.
I'm going to 5th spell cast a summon draconic spirit at the window, and the
Wow.
dragon's going to spawn.
Upon seeing that, he sort of drops his imricable copier and... Heavens! You weren't joking.
I've never actually done that before. I actually don't know why that just happened.
Well, it would seem that your draconic bloodline has manifested more strongly than in others. Do you know of your ancestors? You descend from dragons, do you not?
I didn't know that, but I actually just found out, like, before coming here from a random dude on the road.
Shit! I forgot the books!
Okay.
No!
Alright.
Well, you'll have to wait till next week to find out what you purchase. I totally blanked this week, I'm sorry. Bear with me a second, I'm just going to set a reminder right now so I don't forget.
That's alright.
At 3 p.m.
Brilliant. Sorry about that. She will remind me on Monday at 3 p.m. because I can't forget. Cool. And then he sort of looks over at you and yes, descended by draconic bloodlines. It affects dragonborns and kobolds somewhat different ways, but basically your ancestors mingled with dragons, had the blood of dragons passed down. Dragons are wonderful creatures, incredible amount of magic. Haven't seen them for over 150 years in the land, but they're quite powerful. I would assume that your draconic blood is manifested more strongly than others. Would you describe yourself as white, or pale grey, or silver?
Obi's mouth is like wide open. I'm related to a dragon.
Yeah, multiple, I would assume. Not just one. But mingling of bloodlines. The more time you spend in proximity to something, the more you can get an effect. It's like when you grow a white rose bush and a red rose bush next to each other. After a while, some of the roses will take on the colour of the bush that grows alongside it. A little bit in the same way as kobolds and dragonborn began to grow alongside dragons. They took on many of the features of the dragons and indeed some of their magic. It is said that some dragons have blessed their line in the past, which has also helped in give magic in the bloodlines, and it's passed down through the ancestors. Some manifested more strongly than others. Dragonborns seem wholly incapable of magic for the most part, although they do manifest quite strong abilities to use their lizard-like abilities and their breath, for example. Whereas kobolds tend to manifest the more magical side, although it tends to be a more minor effect for the most part. Anyway, your paperwork's finished, and he sort of hands it over to Callum. In there, you'll find everything I've ever studied on the Shadowveil language. As I said, I don't know why you'd want to talk to them, but why do you want this?
We are planning a little expedition into their lands, actually.
Is that so?
Yes, and we're gathering all the information we can before, preparedness is the key.
I've spoken to many who've passed into Shadowveil lands and passed back. They're lucky, every one of them. But some of you might be more uniquely trained. The elves always fare well over there, and well, the rest of you seem like a tough bunch, I suppose. If you do go, there is something you might want. Do we still have them? You're an artificer, Callum. You can help with this. Perhaps we could create them together. Have you got an hour?
Sure.
He sort of reaches to the edge of the desk and he rings the emergency bell. Woo, woo, woo! Bunch of gnomes come flying in. What's it? I need 7 pig's bladders. There's 7 of you, right?
There are.
Good. Okay. 7 pig's bladders, and 7 pairs of tweezers, and a vial of purple ink. One of them sort of reaches into his trouser pocket and pulls out a vial of purple ink. The other one shouts to a dwarf, and shouts to that Goliath, who replies that he can't come right now because the gauntlets won't let him move. And then eventually a halfling comes panting into the room, and you can see that they've got sort of all their veins are like sort of stressed out on their head. They're bright red in the face. They haven't popped though. He's not raging. And as he, sorry, Matt, inside jokes. And as he gets to you, he sort of reaches out pulls out his apron, and there's this large pocket, and he begins fishing out like a lamb's heart, a sheep's tongue, and eventually pulls out 8 pig's bladders. You can assume that this is his job, as he has a meaty, rusted cleaver at his side, and eventually he pins 7 pig's bladders. The tweezers arrive shortly afterwards, and he will suggest, Callum, that between the two of you, you could make 7 caps of water breathing.
Ooh. That sounds useful.
So this should allow you to store a certain amount of air that you could use potentially to breathe clean air within the Shadowveil lands. He's heard that the air can be a disaster to most of the travel there. He asks your assistance. And he
You
sort of
guys
looks.
don't mind, right? This seems.
We'll
pretty
keep the
helpful.
kobold if that's okay. I'm very intrigued.
May
I'd
I
like to.
observe as well?
Well, by all means, if the buffoons want to stand around the edge of the room, and then the Vidalcan and the kobold can come here, and brings the two of you closer. He no sense of like proprietariness, whatever. And then oh wait, hold on, Elf. You're probably good with your hands, right?
She has a name.
Is that so? Marvelous. Are you good with your hands?
Yep.
Fantastic. This is quite finicky. And he will pull out a needle and thread. And the needle is actually pure gold, which is very rare in these lands. And the thread is a sort of silk that you recognize to be some sort of strand of spider silk. If you could sew up the top of each of the bladders as we go, that would be really helpful. A basic piece of magic. I'm sure that both of you will know this. And he begins weaving in the magic spells for basically extra storage space. This is like the sort of thing you do to create a bag of holding. I think summon object is probably the closest that you guys might have access to. But yeah, he begins sort of expanding the space within these bladders so that it can store more than it is. And then, yeah, he withdraws a very strange, sort of, almost like a whistle. And he taps it, and it's the gust of air sort of streaming across the room. The mechanical dragon crashes into the slide, and the bull starts rolling off the edge. Make a dex save, Fox.
Oh no.
See if you can catch that. And Sullivan, as you sort of back up away from the mechanical, that's pathetic, it bonks you on the head. And Sullivan, as you back up away from this chaos, you lean on a paddle on the wall, which literally just grabs you, holds you to the wall, and spins round and puts you outside. And you'll have to walk back round and come in through the door again if you want to rejoin the party. And then he sort of grabs this blowing whistle and eventually shoves it into the cap. Can I have a dexterity check a sleight of hand check from Ashrin, please, to see how neatly you've sewn up the bladders?
25.
Wow.
You are good with your hands. What is your name, by the way?
Ashrin.
Ashen. Strange name, isn't it?
No.
And he puts it in, and it sort of blows up. What do you mean, no? It's not a strange name. Is it a common name amongst the elves? Each cap starts blowing up as he goes.
I think he's about to get stabbed.
Okay. He sort of looks at you, and you've served your purpose. You can go away now. And hands you the 7 caps of water breathing. A minor display of artifice, nothing major, but these will serve you very well in Shadowveil lands if you're traveling. Why are you going to the Shadowveil lands?
Let's say a life-saving mission.
Oh, boring. What age did you start manifesting magic? And he turns to Obi.
I think when I was born.
Is that so? That could be a dangerous birth. He sort of shakes his head and... okay, very well. You a member here? And he turns to Zavril.
Yeah, well, with the Matrix Arcane, yes, although this is not my...
No, I know you don't belong in the Hall of Artifice, otherwise I'd recognise you. Well, somewhat. I do forget names occasionally. No, I'm a mage of sorts. Interesting. Okay, you might need a particular spell when you go abroad. Do you know the Tiny Hut spell?
Tiny huts, I currently do not, but that would be... Actually, no, I do. Sorry, yes, I do. I forget how many spells I actually do have in this book.
I too forget how powerful I am on occasion. That's quite understandable, not a problem. Well, Tiny Hut will serve you very well when you're out there. The other thing that you might want to understand is teleportation magic doesn't quite work the way you might wish it to, from what I'm given to understand. However, there is a particular spell that can be quite useful in case of that. If you do need to make a nifty decision, perhaps this and this might help. And he sort of produces a sort of thin metal gold rod. That only has 7 charges, I think. But you can take it with you. I haven't used it in a long time. It will cast Blink 7 times.
Wow.
That would be much appreciated.
You might also want to check downstairs with some of the more proficient mages and see if you can get your hands on a scroll of etherealness. I doubt you can learn it, but you might at least be able to cast it.
I'll keep
Unless
that in
I've
mind.
severely misjudged you, I've got to learn about books and covers today, haven't I? And then he nods towards Obi, and quite remarkable. Absolutely interesting. I'd love to study you further, but frankly, I don't have the time. Where's that damnable quartz? You, Firbolg, would you help me? It's very heavy.
I believe I could have you covered here.
Is that so? Your arms look spindly and pathetic,
yes.
but by all means, give it a go.
I'll summon a piggy's hand and I'll have it carry the thing.
Ooh.
Well, that's just overkill, isn't it? Fancy trying to do that in this office. I mean, let's take a look at the size of it. You'll knock something
I
over.
know,
Oh,
and
well,
then
whatever.
It's fast.
Just 14 inches to the right, if you would. The centre of the desk would be great.
The hand delicately does so, despite its incredible heft and strength.
He looks over to Zavardin. Did you know that showing off is a sin? Well, so say the temple folk. I couldn't care less. Are we done, or is there anything else you'd like to know? Shadowveil magic, you asked about. Did you ask about Shadowveil magic? Did you ask about Shadowveil magic, or did I misremember that?
I did.
Oh, fantastic. What sort of thing would you like to know? Their power seems to manifest from some sort of dark source internally. I believe that they draw all their power directly from their goddess. But this relationship is not like the clerics of the temples. They call upon their goddess for favours, if you like. It's a rather strange procedure, I don't know, you know. Imagine beseeching your god constantly. How bored must those gods be? Constantly being asked, can you heal this person? Can you heal that person? This one got an eyelash out of place. She's got a rash. The gods must be bored sick. No, I believe that the Shadowveil magic works a little differently. It's like a pool of magic that they all draw from, quite similar to the Dawn Guard methods, but as opposed to being paladins of their kind, I suppose in some ways it's a more dark manifestation. Powers granted in exchange for life force and such. It drains from them as much as it gives from what I can see, and gives them an unusual connection to the darker magics. This is displayed in their dark stones, for example. Do by all means slow me down. Obviously he talks really fast, but I understand you are trying to take notes. So if you do have questions, just interrupt out of character. So the Darkstone, somewhat similar magic, it seems to pull back to an original place. I would assume that this is somewhat a bastion of their magic, or perhaps a well of power where they might be based, perhaps a fortress or something. I've heard tales of Imildariak being a somewhat powerful fortress, but I doubt that that is the one. In fact, there was a strange man pass through here recently. He said he was an elf, I'm sure he wasn't. Claims to have spent many years in the Shadowveil lands, and mentioned a place back where, on the west of Galgoria, in the south of Lagon. I believe they're calling it Illis Naviston now in the Shadowveil tongue.
Oh, that's their language.
It is. It roughly translates to home away from home.
Whoa.
What was
Or
that
perhaps
man's name again?
new home. Ahmann. I believe was his name. He's somewhere around. You could talk to him, I guess, if you can find him. I don't know. Something fishy about that guy.
Yeah, definitely.
Survives in the Shadowveil lands for 150 years and appears to manifest no talent of any sort whatsoever.
And
Or
no
ill
ill
effects.
consequence.
That was a lot of people talking at once. Vidalcom, what did you say?
And seems to have incurred no ill consequence for his journeys.
Well, apart from a slightly addled mind, true. Callum, what did you say?
Oh, I said the exact same thing as Zanfro.
Oh, remarkable. It's far more convenient if only one of you says the same thing at once. Easier to understand. Regardless, yes, Illis Naviston, home away from home. I believe that might be where their dark stones, so to speak, pull them back to. Or perhaps each of them has an individual home and it pulls them back to their sumptious. I mean, I imagine it's incredibly inconvenient if they want to cross the border again and they get teleported all the way back to Illis Naviston and then they need to be near the edge. You know, but nevertheless, strange happenings, strange beings. Yes, the other thing to be wary of their magic is they don't seem to have a limited reserve like the rest of us. In fact, I would make the assumption that some of the more powerful... What are they? Warlocks, sorcerers, clerics, wizards? I don't really know. Casters of sorts, or even the non-casters, could draw on immense amounts of power at once if they needed to. More than the average caster. I believe that's how they're matching some of our foremost headmasters. And masters at the borders is... I suppose if one was so inclined and hadn't sworn oath, one of the Dawn Guard might do the same and draw on all the power of the Dawn Guard simultaneously. I believe that should be impossible with the oaths you take, but perhaps the king could wield that power, I'm not sure. It's one of the main reasons that the Dawn Guard has managed to remain apart from being usurped within the lands of Sogravia. Pooled magic is an incredibly powerful thing, even ones with any sort of motions towards Glacius and Sullivan. Minor talents, when manifested as a whole, could create extreme amounts of power. You are a member of the Dawn Guard, are you not? Points to Sullivan, who I'm assuming has come back in the room, having been shuffled outside.
Yes, I am.
Okay. Wonderful. What's the experience like as you draw upon the magic of the Dawn Guarders? Is there a thrill to it? A euphoria?
It's no thrill or euphoria, it's a connection to like-minded individuals who all believe in the same cause and the same goal.
Are you a paladin or a priest?
You asked a question and I answered it.
People who devote their lives to one cause are somewhat strange-minded. Well, regardless, I'm sure there's some sort of feeling to it. That being said, I'm assuming that before you joined the Dawn Guard, you didn't manifest much in the way of magical talent.
No.
I'm sure you're very proficient with your weapon, and with swordsmanship and horsemanship and so on and so forth, but magical talent, so to speak, limited until you join the Dawn Guard. And yet, when you fight in battle, you have access to a veritable wealth of it, do you not?
I have access to all that I need.
Indeed. Well, you might remember that when you fight those of the Shadowveil, they have much the same pool of magic to draw from, but will be far more ruthless. They will have no scruples. They will not hesitate to draw more than they need to make sure of your eradication. Keep that in mind, Dawn Guard. And you'll do well.
Good to know.
I'm in the Furion Guard.
Yeah.
Oh, you shouldn't tell people that.
He sort of looks at you and... It's an unusual calling to join both at once, but you don't seem to be flailing around a metal stick like an idiot, so we'll assume that you're mostly heading for the Magus Arcane. The Furion Guard can be useful in their own way, I suppose. Their willingness to die for the cause is exceptionally commendable and quite sad. But, yes, I would stay away from their more fanatical views, and the metal sticks might be a bit big for you, Kobold.
I don't know, I was pretending to be Glacius.
Oh. Take back everything I said. You look precisely like the sort of idiot that would join the Furion Guard. Very well. Flail your metal stick around to your heart's content.
Wow.
Callum stays very quiet at this moment, I suppose.
Yeah. Oh, well.
You only joined on a whim, right?
Yeah, let's say a whim.
Okay, well, I do appreciate the company, but unless one of you knows the property of magically inherited quartz...
I don't think so.
No. Annoying, frustrating. There's a store of magic in this rock, but we can't seem to access it. Most frustrating. Most strange. Here, Kobold! Come here and put your hand on this.
I will slowly walk over with my hand on it.
Does it speak to you in any way? Give me a perception check. See if you feel anything unusual.
What am I touching?
You're touching a large pink rock. Quartz. It's got sort of like little glass bits. It's a little sharp in places.
Pretty.
It is pretty. What'd you get?
An 11.
11. You feel a little thrum beneath it. It's a little like there's magic just out of your reach. As if you could almost utilize it, but not quite.
My friend could probably hear it talk.
Oh?
I'm gonna summon Rocky. They're both rocks.
You might have an idea there.
Wow.
Though, not quite like that. Ah, the mind of a kobold. He rings the emergency bell. Woo, woo, woo! 4 gnomes come running in and he goes, I need an Earth Genasi!
Oh, now we're talking.
The artificer sort of goes to put his hand in his pocket and then sort of looks up and... I'm sorry, Yenrik, sir? I need an Earth Genasi. The dwarf in the back goes, do you need it alive or dead? Alive would be preferable. All right, I've got a friend down the pub. And he sort of dashes on down the corridor. And he sort of shouts to one of the artificers, go with them and teleport them back. I've not got time to waste.
Good idea.
And after a while, I'll take a perception check from Fox, please. How's this going?
11.
You also feel that magic pulsing, but even from across the room. Strange. Would you come forth or do anything, or would you just watch it?
I don't want to approach this dude.
Good. I have played him perfectly then. Yeah, as the after a little while, he sort of ignores you completely, but the door is closed. So you can't leave, but he's not talking to you, and he's just sort of probing at it, and he sort of looks to it. But you can take a hand off it. What's that rocky thing anyway?
It attacks once every other turn as a bonus action.
Remarkable. Such strange words. Well,
I don't actually remember where we got it.
Did we get it?
I've got a fucking clue. I think it was one of the random encounters on the road. Probably. Otherwise, I would know.
I think so.
Yeah.
That's funny.
After a while, an Earth Genasi and a dwarf just appear in the middle of the room. The Earth Genasi sort of got his hand up here, but no mug in his hand. And he sort of looks around and... This is inconvenient. What? And the Yenrik sort of looks at him and... Fantastic, I need you to put your hand here. Genasi sort of... Why? Well, you're a rock person. I thought you might be able to speak to the rock. The Earth Genasi sort of... Very well. He puts his hand on it and immediately ascends to the ceiling and stands on it.
Oh. Cool.
Henrik sort of looks up and looks down. You can let go. The Earth Genasi lets go and falls on his head. And the stone thunks down onto the desk. Papers scatter everywhere. And... Well, that's damnably useless. If you can lift it, you can take it with you. The Earth Genasi sort of leaves the room, like, no, as he gestures for the door to open. And then he just gestures around to any of you. If any of you want it, you can take it with you. I'm sure you'll find a use for it. Standing on the ceiling.
Rock?
Is anyone going to do with that?
Right. Talking about the pink rock?
Yeah.
I'll take the pink rock.
Can you lift it? It weighs 85 pounds.
I'm not going to take the pink rock.
Fox, you want to lift the pink rock?
Yeah.
Okay. It is your belief that this is an amethyst lodestone. Now that the magic has been unlocked. I'm not 100% sure that this is it should be available in our campaign.
Yeah, it should be.
Pretty cool.
I think it's you that's got Fizzbands, right?
Yep.
Fantastic.
I'm
You'll find
very
it.
well acquainted with this item.
Are you? Great. Well, fantastic. Now you've got it again. He sort of Did you have other questions, or are you?
No, Yenrik, you've been incredibly helpful.
There is one other thing, if I might. And then he sort of reaches into a little pouch just in his chest, and he pulls out a small gold ring. And it's just gold in colour. It appears to be a piece of wood. And on it is a tiny blue stone. And he... Obi, that was your name, right?
Yes.
You're most interesting. Would you, perchance, be open to further communication in the future? And he offers you a ring.
Only if you're going to be not as rude.
I never intend to be rude. It's just sometimes I'm a little distracted. I'm told by my peers that it's a form of madness.
Okay. I'll take the ring.
Thank you. And communicate with me if you need or find anything interesting. By all means, I'm always available except for when I'm asleep and when I'm working. Well, I'm available sometimes, perhaps over breakfast. Good luck on your journey to the Shadowveil. I hope not too many of you die.
I do have one question.
Well, save it till the end, why don't you? What can I do for you?
So, you mentioned about the pooling of magic.
I did. It was quite a while ago, but, you know, I too get distracted occasionally.
I do have a question about the nature of this.
Okay, we'll spit it out.
The pooling of magic, does this tax any of the people that are used as fodder for the magic as such, like it is the person that would normally cast a spell? As in, is there some kind of consequence or idiot tax for being used for this magic?
Yenrik sort of looks at you, and I suppose if somebody was to hold every single bit of power available to the Dawn Guard or Shadowhunters at one single time, then everybody else would find it unavailable, and if they were currently using that magic to do something such as fly or survive or something else that was required for their purpose, then I suppose that could stop that purpose temporarily, but think of it as you being exhausted for the day and with no more magic to spare. I would imagine that would be the effect on all users of it if one person was to gather too much of it. Nothing more.
Interesting. Well, thank you for that. That's satisfied me.
Not guaranteed. It may be that only some of the magic is available at any given time. Perhaps the limits are what the goddess does not need herself. An interesting thought. I did say that your kind had displayed some intelligence. I'll have to think on that. You can leave now.
Very well then.
So long.
As you come out, there is a Earth Genasi just sort of having his head and looking around and... Can any of you tell me how to get out?
I think we're heading out. We can escort you.
What? Interesting. What a damnable place. Are we still in Karthan?
Yes.
Well, that's at least something. My friend, somewhat friend, a betting partner, I suppose is a better way of putting it, came and found me and told me he had something that his master needed to speak to me about, and then suddenly I was standing inside a room, and then I was dropped on my head, and then they left me in this corridor, where there are so many doors, it's bemusing.
Yeah, it's all for the sake of science. You understand.
No, I don't, but that's okay. Any of you come by Slinks?
Have we been there?
What?
No, you've never heard of it.
No.
Slink's Paradise. You can find anything you want as long as you've got the coin. It's a bar of sorts and a dark door to another world, I guess. I work there. If you ever have need of a dispatchment or an unusual item, or perhaps something more nefarious, Slinks is the place to be. Password on the door this week is Salamander.
Oh, thank you. What was your name?
I didn't tell you.
All right. What is Rocky attacking?
I think Rocky attacked the rock, right? But as you lead him down the corridors and out, yes, Slink's Paradise is just up here. He will give you directions to it. It's basically a bit of an underworld bar. Place for shady dealings and shady things.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Anything else from the Magus Arcane? Did you want to go down and see if you can get yourself an ethereal in this scroll?
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
I'll
400
go
gold
right
each.
in.
You can have up to 3.
400 gold each. Okay. Do we mind
There's
taking
plenty of
some
money
from
in
the,
the group pool.
Yeah, get it from the group.
Yeah. Okay. In that case, what I'll do, if I can get up to 3, do you mind if I take 3? Any objections?
That's
to
the
that?
DM suggestion.
Okay, I'll do so.
Okay.
So 3 scrolls of etherealness.
Yeah.
I'll have to save at least 1.
What does that do?
You might also want to hand one to someone else, just in the off chance that you're not available to cast it.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll definitely hand one to Obi then.
Obi, as you read the scroll, you will quickly ascertain that this has the ability to take you into the ethereal realm. That could be very safe if you're stuck in the Shadowveil Lands and need a moment of respite. Okay, where are we headed? What are we doing?
What I'll also do then is I'll also hand one to Callum, in the hopes that Callum can use it.
Callum can use it. Any spellcaster can attempt to use a scroll. Sullivan and Ashrin and Fox could also use the scroll. They just have to make a check with their relevant casting attribute.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Basically, anybody that's not Glaciers. It's great at magic.
Wow.
Oh, Glaciers.
Okay. I thought this would be a very specific...
The DC for half-casters is higher, so the DC for Sullivan and Callum and Ashrin will be higher than that for yourself and Fox and Obi.
Maybe you should give it. Maybe we'll
Just
give it
a
to
custom
Fox.
scroll.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's 7th level scroll, I think, and then you just write customize ethereals.
Sure, Fox. You could hang on to this. Seems up your alley for some reason.
Interesting.
I can pull up the spell if you want to actually read it. But yeah, basically, you've also got the device of Blink. It's got 7 charges. You can make that on D&D Beyond if you want, or not. It's totally up to you, but
Right.
I'm not going to go through the effort.
So a couple of things real quick. Callum, do you
Yes.
mind if I take 10 minutes of those notes when we have some spare time?
Absolutely.
I'd like to read through them if that's okay.
Yeah, so just to give you a brief overview of the Shadowveil notes, they are the Shadowveil language notes. They're only the scraps that he's been able to get. So there are lots and lots of useless things here. Most of them are garnered from the sort of surrounding guards of Imul Dariak, the fortress upon the border. And sort of by observation of the responses, deductions have been made. So there's things like take out the slops, what's for breakfast, change the guard, has anyone got the key, can you get the door past the butter, that sort of thing, as opposed to useful communication. But you can sort of see a fragmented dictionary in place.
Something to build on then.
Yeah. One thing worth mentioning, the pronunciations are written in Common. There doesn't appear to be any information on written Shadowveil language at all.
That's fair enough.
In fact, there is even a note in... Fuck.
Oh, you okay?
I've punched a
How's
piece
it
of metal under my desk.
Oh, genius.
It's the metal cord for tightening the microphone to the desk, and I caught my hand in it. There's a note in Yenric's own hand saying that there is no record of the Shadowveil ever using writing. At all. Unless using it as whoever they're infiltrating, so using Common or Dwarven or whatever.
I guess if they can communicate without even using language by just speaking into others' minds, why would they need to write anything down?
There's no specific records of Shadowveil being telepathic.
Oh, I would have thought they would have had plenty of magic to be able to do that. Interesting.
Not all Shadowveil can wield magic, you do know that.
Huh. Right, okay.
Some are soldiers, some are just commoners. Those who are casters can draw on the same pool of magic.
Right, okay.
Cool. As you're out in the city, what's the plan?
We'll continue again real quick. The item that you said, the blink thing, what was it? Again?
7 charges, cast blink.
Charges, the
That's it.
blink spell. Okay.
Regains 1d6 plus 1 at dawn. Expending the last start charge, you have to roll a d20, etc. If you just want to make a wand of, magic missiles, just copy the wand of magic missiles and change it to blink. That's what it is.
I'm going to do that.
If not, I can do it after session. Okay. But let's get out the Magus Arcane. Really, let's get out the Magus Arcane. We're an hour into session. Where are we going?
Oh no, where are we going?
Finding a man. A man named Ahmann.
Mm-hmm. And where might you find them on?
Rain something.
You were told he has been hiding out of the Raynham's house.
Yeah.
A very large mansion on the east side of Karthan.
Let's head there.
It is right there.
Oh, yep, there it is.
Yeah. It is the size of the entire temple. And it's huge. You guys headed straight over there?
Oh my.
Yeah.
You can ask any random commoner for directions. In fact, I think Zavil would know the way. Zavil is a member of the Mages Arcana. As you arrive outside, there is a large iron fence all the way around the manse, with a beautifully wrought gate between two marble pillars. There are beautifully cultivated gardens all the way around the manse itself, and at the mansion you see these beautiful marble pillars, sort of these almost like the Parthenon marble triangles at the top of them all the way around. You do see a couple of people coming and going. There is a gardener who appears to be currently snipping at the tulips, and there is a gentleman wearing a suit who is holding something to his eye and looking around like this, standing just in front of the front door.
Hello.
Is he like a? Does he look like he's guarding it, or is he just like?
He looks like a butler. But he's like 60 or 70 feet away from you, because the gardens are quite large. Obi, if you said hello in that tone, nobody heard you.
I didn't realize he was 70 feet away.
Yeah, so he's at the front door, but you guys are outside the gates.
Is the gate closed?
The gates are closed. There doesn't appear to be a bell or anything.
Knock on the gate.
Sullivan, can you open the gate?
I will do so. And
Okay.
I'll open it with one hand in gesture for Obi to go forward.
As you put your hand on the gate, you feel like a sort of almost an icy coldness. Your hand is stuck to that gate.
Uh-oh.
Sorry.
The gate doesn't move, and the butler sort of looks up and speaks very quietly, and yet you hear the voice quite loudly from just above you. And as you look up, there is a magic mouth on the marble pillar above the gate. And it speaks down to you. And, do you have an appointment?
No.
That is most unfortunate.
I'm gonna send a message to the dude. Say, we're looking for Ahmann.
I can hear you through the pillar. You don't need to point at me. Is that so?
Yes.
Don't seem to have found him.
Not here.
Why are we looking for Ahmann?
Because he survived for 150 years in the Shadowveil lands.
Oh, it's that guy. Okay. Yeah, we may be going into the Shadowlands soon, and we need as much information as we can. If he could spare even 10 minutes, we would be very appreciative.
Sounds like an emergency. Unfortunately, there's no Ahmann here.
Do you know where we could find him?
No.
Please,
You know where we
this
could
is...
find a man?
So we'll go with the Laura first.
You know where he went last?
It is not my business to make such inquiries or to deliver such gossip. Sullivan, you also said something.
I was going to say, please, sir, but this is vital. Any help?
It might be vital to
Could
you,
save
but I don't
lives.
suppose it's going to benefit the Raynhams in any way whatsoever, is it?
Well, I don't know. We could find out.
Yes, it will help you.
It won't help me. I'm the butler.
No, it'll help you and the family.
Oh, we could put in a good
Is that
word
so?
for you.
How might it benefit my masters?
We
Because
could
we're
bring an
trying to
end
stop
to the
this
war.
Shadowveil.
I didn't get that. Obi, go first.
All I said is, we're trying to stop the Shadowveil from coming over here.
Well, that's more than my lifetime away. Sullivan, what did you say?
I was going to say that we could stop the war.
As the Raynham's primary financial income is from the creation of weapons, stopping the war probably doesn't benefit them in the slightest. Do you have any other business?
Wait, are you saying they want the war to continue so they can make a profit?
That is likely. Although I
Are you
can't
saying
speak on their
they're
behalf.
selling weapons?
They do sell weapons, yes. You can purchase them over at the, I can't remember the name of it, but the blacksmiths over in town.
Sullivan no longer wants to deal with this family. They seem
Maybe the
evil.
blacksmith will know where Ahmann is. Go there.
I find that unlikely.
Ah, you were.
But you can try.
That was out of character. That was not in character.
Roll initiative.
Obi's teenage phase continues. For those of you who have an insight of 15 or over, which I think is probably most of you, he doesn't even seem to have attempted to answer your questions. He's not really interested. You could assume that Ahmann could well be sat inside right now. He's made no effort whatsoever to do anything of any sort. Does anybody have an insight of 19 or over?
Yes.
Okay. You get the impression that perhaps you haven't followed the correct procedures. And this man seems a stickler for protocol.
Can we make an appointment?
Why didn't you start with that? And what would the nature of your business be?
We'd like to
Acquiring
speak with the
information.
guest of the house.
Excellent. Could you return in 45 minutes?
Very well.
My master will receive you then.
Right.
If you shut the gate, it will let you go.
I'll shut it.
It
I
lets you
didn't think
go.
I opened it.
Oh, when you pushed, you said I opened the gate and then gestured through. As soon as the gate started to open, you were stuck to it.
Oh, I thought I was stuck as soon as I touched it.
No. The butler sort of carries on looking around with his monocle. And got 45 minutes to waste. We don't have to roleplay that. If you want to fast forward, that is absolutely fine.
I'm assuming Dawn's been in gun, right?
Dawn?
Not the person, the time period.
Time of day check.
Oh, yeah, sorry. It was 5 a.m. earlier, but it is now 10:30 a.m. on Shed's 29th.
Can you let me know, because I don't remember if you did tell me before, what 3 spells I've gotten today from my...
Okay, it's the same spells every time.
Oh, it is?
They regenerate at dawn, so it's second level cure wounds,
Yep.
I believe it was
whatever
Bless
18
and,
was, and bless.
Branding Smite.
Branding smite, yes, and they will regen every day, the same spell each day. So if you want to just customize and write them down, then that might help, or whatever. We can fast forward that 45 minutes if you wish.
Yeah, in the meantime, I'll just sit over those notes if that's okay and just assimilate knowledge on them.
Okay.
Why don't we go get some breakfast?
Yeah, you can assimilate the notes over some breakfast. The one-armed knight is extortionately expensive, but really good. If you remember, this is where they had the guards on the door, the 2 bugbear guards on the door that let you in. But there is also a couple of other places to eat. Sort of over here, there are some market stalls for open food, and there is also a second tavern, which I think is called the Silver Horseshoe, but I could be wrong, where you can just grab like standard fare, a tankard of ale and some decent food. I'm assuming you guys don't want to go mad.
Let's not get too fancy.
Okay, go ahead and drop 2 gold pieces out of someone's inventory or the group gold. That'll cover you for a hearty breakfast. Thanks, Glacius. Yeah, that's a good lad.
Thanks, Glacius.
What kind of breakfast?
So this is just a sort of hearty fare. So there's breads and cheeses and mixed meats. There's platters of fruit. There is a sort of breakfast salad with eggs in it, and there's also sort of rashers of smoked meat and some pastries. And that's all sort of placed on the table. It all comes with a sort of a hearty, watered-down ale, which is the standard breakfast fare in medieval times. Although there is some pressed juice, and this particular pressed juice is apple juice today. The pressed juice gets rarer and rarer the further south you go, the closer you go to Shadowveil lands. But Karthan and Justin can usually get their hands on it quite a lot. The apple trees actually grow in orchards in Karthan. So but it's a fairly common one. But it's very nice. As you peruse your notes, you absorb a lot of that information that I was giving you previously about the Shadowveil language. And then you're able to arrive at the Raynhams. As you arrive, the gate swings open for you, and the butler's voice rings out precisely on time. Please proceed.
Thank you.
And as you arrive at the front door, weapons and the large metal fellow must be left outside.
They'd wait outside.
Sid can wait with all the weapons.
Yeah. It can watch them.
Does anybody attempt to conceal any weapons, or are you just going to give up all your arms?
So I'll just happily take off the breastplate, put my shield down. And
They don't care about your armor, they just want your weapons.
Oh, still, nonetheless, I'll make myself more comfortable.
You start stripping, they sort of look at you. Okay.
Several undresses.
Just take the armor and the shield.
I keep my wand on me.
Yeah, that's fine. He doesn't look at that. But anybody can attempt to conceal a metal weapon of any sort.
I don't carry weapons.
Cool.
I leave the dagger and the bow.
Oh, very good. Okay. And he swings open the door for you and gestures for you to proceed into the front entrance hall.
Beautiful.
Bear with. The music is taking forever to stop so that I can start playing it again. And yeah. As you enter into this grand hall, the butler sort of gestures you in, and please come with me. I'll take you to the dining hall and lead you over to this sort of little dining area that's in the drawing room over there. And sat at the dining table is a woman and two men. The older man is just here. He looks very well to do. He's wearing a long flowing robe, and he sort of looks you up and down and doesn't say much. The woman is looking incredibly well to do, and she's currently got a rapier out on the table, and she is sort of looking at it from all different angles. The hilt is jeweled, and the actual guard that goes over her hand is made of gold. A very gaudy show of wealth. She also is wearing gold at her neck, at her ears, at her wrists. The amount of gold she's wearing could buy like a large house in the area. And then at the end of the table, you're greeted by a fairly garrulous man. He's sort of huge shoulders, and although he wears sort of a noble outfit, so to speak, it's fitted like a set of armor. It's very well adjusted. He's got a sort of bandolier and cape pulled over his shoulder, and he sort of looks up at you and, welcome to my family home. My name's Theodore. This is my father Albert and my mother Priscilla. A pleasure to make your acquaintance. I understand that you have business concerning a guest of ours. How might I be of assistance? And Albert sort of, don't be too nice. Take a seat, if you can. And he gestures towards the very high-backed chairs. I'm not entirely sure Obi or Callum are going to be able to get up to it, but if somebody will put them in it, they can sit on it.
How undignified. I'll stand.
We'll jump.
Love that. As you jump, give me an athletics check. As Priscilla just sort of raises one eyebrow at you.
God.
Is it good?
11.
Yeah, you get there. Priscilla just sort of raises an eyebrow and Theodore looks at you. Welcome. Tea will be served shortly, won't it? Where are you, Cedric? Come along. And after a moment, there is this beautiful ornate porcelain pot of tea placed upon the table. He's holding it in two hands, so he's touching the edge of it, and it doesn't seem to be that hot. But as he places it down on this single sort of glass circular platter, it begins to heat up, and after a while begins whistling. The butler leans over and starts pouring tea for each of you. No other drinks are offered. There is a tray of what appears to be scones, jam, and cream available, and you each have a plate. And as Priscilla leans over and takes one for herself, you may grab one if you wish. Callum and Obi, they are very far away, so you will have to stand on this chair or sort of scrabble along the table to reach one if you wanted. It is, make no effort to sort of assist you in any way.
I will get them both.
Excellent. Do you hand Callum theirs while they're standing up?
Well, no. First, I will offer Callum. I'll put my hands like this and offer a leg up. But if they're still adamant to stand.
As you go to offer the leg up, you just hear this sort of clicking of her tongue as she sort of looks at you.
Is there a problem?
You don't carry a footstool?
No. Not on me.
Are you impoverished?
Do you not have one?
It could be provided, I suppose. Cedric, bring the footstool, not the silk one.
After all.
And they bring the sort of what appears to be a footstool from the kitchen. It's sort of this wooden, very basic footstool that allows you to climb onto the chair with some dignity.
Well, thank you.
And then I'll put the plate in front of them.
You didn't answer my question. Are you impoverished?
No.
It depends on your definition of impoverished. I don't live a life like this, but I'm sure if I had guests, I would take care of them a bit better.
Well, that depends entirely on the nature of their business, and right now it seems that we are to be giving you a favour. Is that not so?
No.
Have you had dealings with Ahmann and his kind before?
What do you mean his kind?
Oh. Oh, for goodness. Cedric, bring us a smoke. And Cedric comes over and, here you go, my lady. And she takes this very delicate, long, thin, sort of wooden pipe. And at the end of it, she inserts a little smoke. So, well, if you don't know, Ahmann, what the devil are you doing darkening our door? And Theodore, please, Mamma. It seems that you don't necessarily have business dealings with Ahmann. Might I inquire as to the nature of your business here?
Yes, we require some information on how he survived so long in the Shadowlands.
Albert sort of require, as you say it, and lets you carry on.
Yes, we will be attending an expedition into those lands shortly. And
those lands? The Shadowveil lands?
Yes.
Oh, how crass. Do you expect to survive the mission?
Well, with Ahmann's help, yes.
Well, I could see why you might need him. He can be communicated for a fee. For a fee.
What fee?
Well, we don't do anything for free. I mean, why would we just set you on your merry way? Look at the footprints. Nice. Look at the footprints on my marble floor.
What could you possibly want? And I'll kind of gesture to all this gaudy grandeur.
All this decadence.
Sorry, I'm a little confused here. Do you claim to own this man's time?
No, not. We are not providing you his time. We're providing you a link with him. If you were able to communicate with him directly, you wouldn't have come here. For the purpose of that service, there will be a fee. And you're right, there is little you could have that we would want, but there is something rather frustrating that if it was to disappear, we would be most in your debt.
And what is this? Speak plainly, please.
Penelope Montebrooch.
Jesus.
She's recently returned to town, and let's just say that she is seeing a suitor. And that suitor is not Theodore. What she could possibly see in someone else, I have no idea, but if she were to have a change of mind, well, at that point, we would be most indebted to you.
Theodore, how old are you?
Theodore looks kind of old.
I am 52.
And are you smitten with this woman?
No. But
I'll look back at the mum.
Oh, we don't...
Kind of shrug.
He doesn't need to marry for love. He's widowed twice already.
She doesn't
Where-
want to be third time.
Where he finds his pleasure in the bed sheets and where he finds the political marriage that is required are two very different things. This marriage is necessary. I'm sure Theodore and his playthings will still go on just as they are, and the girl won't mind.
Playthings.
Theodore has,
Is he zesty? Is he a sword swallower?
he's a man of great appetite. A delicate little thing like that won't satisfy him in the slightest, but it is required. So, if you can make this Mikhail go away... I'm really sorry, I need to check his name. How stupidly I've only written it on the Karthan map. Cragthorn. Mikhail Cragthorn. If you could make him go away, preferably don't kill him. Just persuade him to be elsewhere. Then we'd be most indebted to you, and we'll set you up with a link to Ahmann.
No.
Oh. Well, never mind then.
Talking about
The door's
is
just over there.
serious.
Have a pleasant day.
Wait. Oh, we talked to Ahmann since we're here, and then we'll go get him.
You don't think Ahmann is here, do you?
Oh, I did.
I did
I
too.
can see why he wouldn't be.
Well, indeed. Well, it's hardly the sort of place that he would be interested in. Alternatively, we can give you some directions, and you can seek him out yourself. Would that be more convenient?
Yeah.
Excellent. Exit Karthan. And Theodore, where was it? Exit Karthan and take a left, and as you head towards the mountains, there's a crevice between two. If you take the winding passage down, you will find yourself eventually entering his homeland, so to speak.
Are they lying to us to get us to leave?
Give me an insight check.
Ooh, good question.
11.
You don't think so? Theodore sort of... I can draw you a map, if you like. I understand that directions can be complicated.
Not for me, I'm a navigator.
Is that so? Perhaps you could navigate your way away from the scones.
There's there must be something you're not telling us. Why would you give us information on how to find him before we've helped you?
You wanted to set up a link. If we were setting up the link, then we would charge you a fee, getting rid of Mikhail Cragthorn. If you want to seek him out on your own accord, well, you're more than welcome to do that for yourselves. Anything to get your dirty mitts off my dining table.
We don't even know what he looks like.
I think I figured out what he looks like.
Well, does he look like a man?
Albert sort of looks over to him. Smart girl, you, but he walks in disguise most of the time. I'm sure if you ask directions, you'll find him swiftly enough. Much to your
We did ask
joy.
directions, and you were rude.
I've given you excellent... My son has given you excellent directions, and afterwards, when you're there, you may need to ask after him, so to speak. You'll find the house, and after that you might need to find the individual. That's all I'm saying.
The urge to just flip this table.
Give me a deception check to see how well your feelings are showing.
Oh, I was just...
Deception. I'll tell you what. You can choose between deception and performance.
They're both a +5.
Lucky you.
Nice.
I'll go performance. That's a 13.
The butler sort of heads over and stands a little nearer your chair. He sets his tray quite delicately down upon the table and rests his hand at his waist. Was there anything else you require, madam? She looks up. No. We're not sharing the cigars with these visitors.
Cigars?
Is Ahmann a giant?
No. Ironically, Ahmann is a woman.
As you ask if Ahmann is a giant, Albert just looks at you and... Will you be leaving now? I believe you have what you came for.
I think so.
Should you
What do you
decide
know
to
about
set
the
up a...
answer?
If you decide to set up a link of communication, then just let the butler know when Mikhail has gone.
Okay.
As we
That
stand
won't
up
be-
to leave,
that won't be
I dump all the leftover goodies into my bag. All the scones, just everything left on the
Yoink.
table.
I'll be taking this.
Oh my goodness.
They already think we're uncouth.
Yes, Albert turns round to his wife and she says, "Goodness me, we'll have to tell Charlotte we were visited by the poor. Well, we've done our deed for the week." And she's
Wait.
so crass.
Wait.
Do you think they need to keep the footstool? Sort of a yell. Priscilla sort of, "Cedric, see if they want the footstool as they go." And Cedric sort of leans down and, "Ma'am, sir, would you, sorry, you're both sirs. Sir, would either of you like would you like to take the footstool with you so you, don't suffer such embarrassment in future?"
You know what? Yes, give me that stool.
It's a 2-step stool, so you can get up to any seat you wish. And he sort of
All
nods
right,
and,
putting that inside soon.
I'm gonna charge back into the room. Did you say Charlotte?
well, my daughter, yes. What of it?
Bastards.
What a twist!
Oh, bastards. I will describe what Charlotte looks like and
Oh,
ask
goodness
her
me,
if
no.
this is her.
Nobody in our family has freckles. How
Thank
atrocious.
goodness.
Thank God.
Goodness me, we know how to care for our skin here. No, my daughter, she's upstairs and she's presently married, thank you very much, and not interested in you anyway. You may leave immediately.
Married and still living with your parents. Way to go.
Yes, I will. As I leave, I'll jump into the air and click my heels together.
Yeah, so you would know that, like, the parents' household will house the children and the grandchildren and the nieces and the nephews and the uncles and the aunties. They've got, like, 40 or 50 bedrooms here, so not much point having a second house. You are all able to leave.
I want to do something quickly before we leave.
Yeah, okay.
Is it possible for me to be by myself without any, like, as we're leaving? Or
No.
I can get to somewhere where
The
no one
butler
sees
will
me?
not let you out of his sight.
Oh. What about when we get outside?
Okay. Yeah, you get outside. The butler is sort of leading you down the garden path, but you can try and sort of sneak behind a tree.
I'm going to sneak to the side. I'm just going to quickly firebolt a bush so that it gets destroyed and ruined. And then I'm going to quickly join everyone else as if nothing happened.
Okay. As you firebolt the bush and it sort of goes up in flames, the garden goes... and the butler sort of leans over and... Bradford! Please! See to that. Bradford sort of... Yes, sir. Bows twice and heads on over. And begins sort of running his hands up and down the bush again, bringing it back to its previous form and trying to deal with it. And if it's not done by this evening, you'll be working overtime. You get the impression that what you've done is inconvenienced the gardener, who seems to be a commoner. Poor lad. The butler leads you to the doorway and lets you out. I'm fairly sure you may find a second appointment a little more difficult to get. Should you wish to seek out Mikhail and have things a little more convenient, I'm sure you could find him over at the One-Armed Knight. He's there most evenings. I would say it's been a pleasure, but I'd be lying. Good day.
All right.
He nods to you and... commoners. Shuts the gate and walks back. And you are left back in Karthan.
Well, at least we got what we came for, I guess.
Yeah. A stool.
I'm so
And on that note, we will take a short break. Welcome back to the second half of episode 27 of Sogravia, the last Bastion. You have just left the House of the Rainums and you find yourselves in Karthan. What is the plan? Are you following the directions that you were given to seek out Ahmann?
I mean, I guess so.
all of that.
Okay.
So, could you look at the world map again real quick?
I assume you just want the Sogravia map.
Yeah.
Okay. So you have been directed to come out of Karthan, take a left, and head to a rise between two mountains, where there is a crevice that leads down. Theodore Rayner has given you a map.
Yep.
It's about a 15 to 17 mile journey.
Not the end of the world then.
Okay. You collect.
Maybe has the map.
You collect Sid and all your weapons, and you head to the. Oh yes, navigating yourself away from the scones. Speaking of scones, Ashton, are you sharing them out now that you've now that you're?
Oh yeah.
Okay, great. Yeah, the scones are absolutely perfectly baked. The cream is freshly made today, and the jam is slightly tart, slightly sharp, and with a hint of sweetness about it as raspberry flavoured jam. They're pretty good. They're pretty damn good.
And they give us 20 temp HP.
They really don't.
Oh, they're not that good then.
No, this is more on the minds of sort of like you find yourself just thinking about luxury and realizing that, you know,
these scones are good.
Sometimes you need good things in life.
Do you know what I do think is a good thing in life? Getting the stench of Noble out of our house. Do you mind? And I'll take out my pipe and get ready to light up some smoke.
You are beginning to look like
down with my fine pipe smoke as well to get the stench of Noble off everyone.
You're beginning to look like a blue version of Albert as you eat your scone and smoke your pipe. But yeah, as you guys head on out and over to the crevasse, it takes about an hour and a half, but nothing untoward happens during this time. It is currently about 12:30 in the afternoon. You've had a lovely set of scones for lunch. And you see this opening between the two mountains. It's very, very tall. It's sort of 150 feet tall. And it's very, very narrow at the top. And as it gets down, it's a little wider, a little wider, a little wider. And it looks dark inside. This is our daily reminder of, does anybody not have dark vision? I know Sullivan doesn't have dark vision. Does anyone else not have dark vision?
I do have my gem of brightness, though.
Mm-hmm.
So I can always activate that.
Okay.
Weirdly, I don't have dark vision, but Sid does, so it's fine.
Okay. Yeah. Are we just heading straight in? Are you lighting up said gem?
Into this crevice?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I will.
Okay. Sorry, I've just forgotten to turn the dynamic lighting on, so I'm just doing that quickly.
That's okay.
How big is this crevice?
I believe I just said it was 150 foot tall, and it's very narrow at the top and widens out as it gets lower. It's about 70 or 80 foot wide at the base.
Perfect.
Yeah, you could fit a lot of SIDS in this gap. Okay. So without further ado, as you step in, at first you're just in a regular cave. It's a little... no, that's not what I want. Don't do that, thank you. At first it's just a sort of regular cave, if you like. It's a little dark, a little dingy. But otherwise not too much else to be noticed. You notice these tiny little small orange crystals along the path as the path winds down and turns back on itself, swiftly blocking out the daylight. Those of you who have dark vision can see down here, though even then not too well. Those of you who do not have dark vision, Sullivan, will need a torch or light to guide their way. Do you light up your gem? Is that... Sorry, I did ask you that and I didn't listen to the answer.
I do. It's 30 foot of bright light and then an additional 30 foot of dim light.
Give me a survival check. Also, does anyone know if Glacius has dark vision?
He does. I checked.
Okay.
He does.
19.
Yeah, you've probably heard tales about the Underdark, exchanged with arrows, perhaps even explored the very beginnings of them. A light in the Underdark is a beacon to creatures to pursue you, see you, and eat you. You may proceed with a light on if you wish, but it is dangerous to do so.
Sullivan, you might want to cover that, at least. at least dim it if you can't fully get.
Does nobody have the ability to grant dark vision?
I do have a spell for it, but I would need to prepare the thing first before I can do so. So we'd have to.
Same.
Like,
Oh, you don't have a scroll?
no, it's not in scroll. It's just literally in my spell book.
That's fine.
If I give you 5. Okay.
I will hold out my hand to Ashrin. Will you guide me?
Kudos for courage. And she's like, can't you pick anyone else? I think Ashrin wants to be a scout and therefore not have somebody unstealthily blindly attached to her.
Sullivan, I'll hold your hand.
Okay.
Could you go with Glacius?
Can I just confirm that this is Sid's hand
Absolutely
because
not.
Callum can't see anything unless Callum is in Sid, correct?
I'm within Sid, but
Yeah.
yeah, you're gonna be holding Sid's hand.
Okay.
That's fine. I will hold Sid's hand and I will turn off my gem of brightness.
Okay. In that
And I will
case,
cry of my rejection from Ashrin.
Sorry.
if you would like to place your tokens at the very bottom
My
of the
ship.
map down here, if somebody could take up the ping, please.
Ooh.
If you are having lag issues, bear with a second, sorry. If you are having lag issues, please feel free to turn off animations. It will sort your problem out a little bit. But as you step down into here, you are most definitely sure that you are in the Underdark.
Kind of pretty.
Is that
I'd
better?
stop
Okay.
pinging, but I don't know if everyone's here because I can't see.
No.
Nah,
Maybe my token doesn't have dark vision.
that's all good.
Oh, yes, I can see.
Oh,
No,
God,
no, I didn't mean to do that.
Oh my god, I can see!
No, you can't.
Clearly, now the box is gone.
Michaela, you can now see slightly, right?
Nope, I can't see anything.
How much dark vision does Sid have?
Sid has 60 feet.
Is that better?
Yes, perfect.
Yes, I think you're in the Callum token.
Yeah.
Okay. Unfortunately, due to stream limitations, I am going to have to turn off the animations, but you can all enjoy them.
You're so pretty.
They
It
are.
is pretty.
Okay. As you make your way down here, I believe we have some sound.
What was that?
The Underdark chicken.
Oh,
You begin
no.
to hear, like, deep down ahead of you, this sort of sound. It's nothing like you've ever heard before. It is overly loud and very echoey.
Oh no.
Almost as if it sounds like sort of two ceramic bowls being tapped together. Okay. Ashrin, as you move ahead, you just about there. You see the sight of an unusual looking creature. It clicks and it clacks as it moves through, and we discover that I have not made a token for it. I do everything else, but not that one. Bear with 1 second. Okay, so many things to click. Sorry. Roll 20. Go. Go here. Go to here. Go to here. Bring up that page. Bring that here. And in the roll 20 chat, there should now be an image for you. That you make out, and you see that this creature is clacking its claws together, Ashrin. Only you have seen it. I do believe you should actually be able to see it. It's up here somewhere. Yes?
Not quite yet.
Okay, someone
I
can see
see
it.
it.
Okay, it's Fox, right? Sorry. I know somebody has an obscene amount of distance on their dark vision. So yeah, Fox, you notice the creature, but you know that from the number of clacks you are hearing, there must be more than one of them. if you want to give me a nature check to try and tell me what sort of creatures these are, you may do so.
13.
You think you might have heard something about hooked creatures in the Underdark, but you don't remember much about them.
Okay.
And then this hooked sound starts multiplying. This clacking gets more and more excited. And then suddenly there's this low hum, sort of noise, and it begins to build and build and build as these creatures begin to move closer towards you. And I'm sure that shortly you will be informed by your lovely friend that there are quite a few of them.
It's like 10.
And
I'm just gonna whisper to Callum, what's happening? What's that sound?
Not sure yet. Astrid and Fox are putting ahead. Oh, wait, I think I see something.
there is a sudden rush and the pounding of heavy footfall upon the rocks as these creatures move in from all sides.
Oh no.
And I'll ask you to roll initiative, please.
Can we leave, please? James, you need to put a Glacius token down, because I can't do that.
Oh, you don't have...
Callum.
Okay, bear with a second, let me fix that for you. Control edited by Matt. You have access to it now.
Fantastic.
Can you move that token?
Yes.
Great, okay.
Nice.
I'm missing Glacius's initiative, please.
Oh, I just rolled it. I think I rolled it.
Aw, Obi and Galicia's
God.
matching initiatives.
Every time somebody has to run somebody else, they have to go bang bang right one after the other.
Yep. It's the rule.
That's cute.
You can tag team your turn.
Yeah, set them up.
Okay. I don't have Glacius's here. What did you get, Matt?
It was a 12.
In that case, the three creatures that are flanking on the right-hand side will go first. With a movement speed of only 30 feet, they are going to dash.
Oh no.
Can I attack this one as it enters Glacius's range?
You may indeed. You see these creatures are made out of this sort of huge, like, shell-like armor. And as Glacius' weapon swings out, it sort of hits it, and you hear this resounding crack echo out around the dungeon.
It's a 17 to hit.
A 17 will hit.
12 slashing damage.
Okay, nice. Savo.
Yes.
Turn.
I.
Oh, sorry, you guys can't see the initiative tracker, that's why. The confusion. Okay.
Yeah. Length on this is up to 60 feet long. Yeah, okay. Do you see this line I've drawn?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll drop all the fire along that line then, please, if you will.
Okay.
I'll leave it held there for the time being until...
Okay.
Yeah, perfect. And I'll just say, I don't know if we want to still be here, if we want to retreat.
Do they make the deck save when you cast it or when they start their turn?
It is... when the wall appears.
Okay. So both of these creatures make this save, or just the one that's in the light, like the immediate one?
It's... I think it's within 10 feet on that side. So, yeah, both.
I don't know how to fix that issue, Alora.
There's a sort button on it, but it doesn't tell me.
No, that would just give me the option of changing things.
That actually kind of fixed it, I think. Yeah,
Oh, it did fix it. Okay, how weird. Normally it changes to alphabetical. Maybe it was alphabetical and now it's changed to not alphabetical. I don't know. So it's 2 dex saves, yeah?
Yes, please.
Okay, roll the damage. That's a 17 and an 8.
That's 23 fire damage.
Okay.
And
so
the
half
DC
on a success?
is 17. Save, I believe.
Okay. Half on a success?
Yeah, half on a success, yeah. Full damage on a fail.
Cool. Okay. Any bonus action out of you?
I will give a fragile shield to Ashran because Ashran's they're a bit on their own. And I'll step backwards a little and I'll leave it there for now.
Ashran, it's your turn.
Is it dusk? Just curious.
No, I believe I gave you the time as you went in. It was 12:30.
Oh, I thought it was when we left. Okay.
Well, okay, maybe, yeah, sure, it's 1:30 then.
Yeah, we travelled, what, 17 miles?
Yeah.
It's taken us, what, like 5-6 hours, maybe?
Were you walking backwards?
In our cart?
Oh, in a cart, maybe it would be quicker, yeah.
Even if you were walking, it wouldn't take me 5 hours to walk 17 miles. Would it?
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know, but I would assume you're riding.
Fair.
Yeah,
Bonus
okay.
action, Hunter's Mark, this guy.
Okay.
And I will take shots, sharpshooter.
Sorry, I need you to reping which target.
The first one's a natural 20.
Okay, you're not rolling with advantage, are you?
Nope.
Good. Okay. Natural 20 will hit, funny enough.
8 plus. $45.
It's quite a good hit.
Wait. Plus thunder. Plus 10 thunder.
Creature is severely wounded.
I'll take my second shot. It's 14 to hit.
14 will miss. As it crashes against its thick exoskeleton, it just sort of falls to the ground.
Additional shot.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 15 to hit.
A 15 will hit.
And that uses all of these plus an extra die. $29.
Second shot takes the creature out. Does that conclude your turn, or would you like to move?
Yeah, I will.
Give me a
back
perception
off.
check as you move.
Okay. No, 15.
Okay, as you walked away, the back two creatures seem to start looking around for you.
Interesting.
Make that what you will. The second creature turn.
Yes.
Sullivan.
With the wall of fire up, can I see anything? Does it give off light?
It does give off light, I believe, Jamel, doesn't it?
Yes.
10-foot radius?
I'm pretty sure it will be 10 foot at least.
Does that help you, Sullivan? Can you see well with that?
Yes. Yep, that is
Okay.
great. Thank you.
It will hurt you if you stand in it, though.
If I stand on this side of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if
so
you
I
swing your weapon through the wall, that will hurt you. Yes.
Fairs. That's fine.
I am happy to just do that, though, so that you've got a little space to walk around if you want.
Oh, thank you.
Because there is more map to the south, right? I just don't have it.
Sure.
Yeah.
I was gonna go the long way round.
Okay. Figured as much. Just like, no, that's not necessary.
So
Yeah.
here, and then I will fire off a celestial burst at this guy.
Okay. Go ahead, roll to hit.
That's a 24.
24 hits.
Nice. That's 14 radiant damage.
Okay. Does that conclude your turn?
It does.
Fox.
All right, time to have some fun. Bonus action. I'm gonna use a charge of my lodestone to get a flying speed.
The ceiling is approximately 90 feet high here.
All right. I'll get sort of 20 feet up so I can see over the wall.
Yep. I think we have an elevation thing, so I'll find that and do that. Just put a 2 on it. I can never find it though. Even when my character is flying. But go on, yeah. 20 feet up, and then what?
Then, let's see. You're out of range. You're not. And I'm going to target this one with a thorn whip.
Okay. Beautiful. So your thorny whip goes through the flames. 15 will hit.
All right. So that is 6 piercing. And they are yanked 10 feet closer to me.
Oh, nice. Natural 20 on the dex save, so they will take half. I'm just going to use the previous 23 down. Anything else from you, Fox?
Nope.
Okay, that leads us to these creatures up here, who will take the dash action. Oh, no, we do not want to drag the wool with us. Walk all the way around and get to here. Glacius.
Alright, Glacius gonna attack this. Can you attack through a wall of fire? How does that work?
With a weapon with reach, you can swing out through the wall of fire. His weapon is magical, so it will survive the swing.
Okay, yeah, it's got to.
If you had 5-foot range, you'd burn your arms, but with 10-foot range, I'll allow it.
Okay. Fantastic. Okay, first attack. Boom.
24 hits.
24 to hit.
Yep.
And slashing damage.
Okay. Creature is wounded.
Second attack. Boom.
I don't know what boom is, Matt. Yes, 25 hits.
Sorry, I say boom when I click the button.
Oh, I see.
14 slashing damage.
Yeah. I was like, I'm meant to interpret this boom as a hit. The creature is severely wounded.
As a bonus action, I'm going to use
I probably wouldn't use the wooden end through the fire.
Oh, you know what? I mean,
probably wouldn't hit with that end. Any other bonus action he might wish to take, or?
I don't think so, no.
Just chill for now. Obi.
Yep, that is it. Alright, Obi going.
So weird how it always pairs these initiatives.
Oh, I shoot a firebolt with the same exact one.
Okay, yes. Fire through the fire, that'll piss him off. Yeah, go ahead, roll a hit.
17.
17 will hit.
Nine fire damage.
The creature is very sad and on fire.
Can Rocky survive walking through fire?
Yeah, why not?
Alright. I'm gonna summon Rocky for some bonus action. Let him go attack. Boom. Right here. Hit the burn.
Rocky's never looked so hot.
The nat 20 for Rocky.
Oh! He's burning bright! Give me the damage. Is that a 2d4? It's a 1d4 plus 4, isn't it?
It's 1d4 plus 1, so it's 2d4. Well, you got 3 damage. Roll plus 1, 4 damage.
That's dangerous crits, right? So it's 2 plus 1 is 3, plus 4 is 7. Don't underestimate the rock. Wait, did you punch the same one that you firebolted?
I firebolted, yeah.
I believe that might be Rocky's first kill of the campaign.
Go, Rocky!
Let's go.
And then it comes out and just...
Yay!
And as he gives him the low blow, is it Johnny Cage who does that? Yeah. You can take him out.
And that's
Also,
end of
the
the
Mortal
turn.
Kombat reference. That doesn't happen very often, does it? These creatures start running this way, and as soon as they get within 60 feet of Ashran, they change their mind and run this way. That is the dash action. They have 10 foot more. Come like this. Callum, you're up.
Classic Callum initiative. Alright.
In all fairness, it's worked out really well for you because everything's moved closer.
That is nice. Damn. Okay. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to go for the ones here. I'll use my my reach weapon, my walloping thingy.
A walloping thingy. What a name for a weapon. As she pulls out her walloping thingy, nobody's sure whether it's a snozzcumber or a mole. Go ahead.
Hakorik's handheld weapon of walloping.
That's pretty cool. Michaela, I'm assuming you're not swinging it from where you're standing.
No, I'm going to just...
Because it's probably not got 15 foot of reach.
Step there.
Okay.
Set in the fire.
Yes.
That one is, you might want to go down one, or the side one, yeah.
You can stand in the same space as Rocky if you want. Because you would need to do so
I'm
to
standing above
hit
Rocky.
there. Yeah. Well, Rocky will retreat
So
behind
small.
you. Yeah.
Rocky stand up between your legs.
He's so little. Okay, that's a dirty 20 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Yay. For, 14 damage. And I will swing again.
Oh, yeah, it gains extra damage if it's a construct. Okay, it's not a construct. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
it
that's fine.
still does 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, yeah, I'll do one more. Oh, God, have mercy. Well, that was a natural 1.
Nope, that'll miss.
Oh,
It's that can be
right.
your turn.
I'm gonna use the rest of my movement to just head up here next to... Well, actually, Fox is in the air, but...
Yeah, underneath, folks.
Yeah.
Does
Exactly.
this Hook Horror make a dex save when it starts its turn in Wall of Fire?
Yes.
Okay, it will do so.
Starts.
Oh, I have a bonus action. I'll let Nye attack.
Okay, it gets a 9. Go ahead and roll to hit
That
it
is
with
absolutely a fail for 23 fire damage.
creature
Nye's
severely
also in
wounded.
the sky.
Okay, go ahead and roll to hit with 9.
17.
17 hits.
Yay.
I don't think 9 can kill it though.
No.
Well, not with 3
I-
damage.
No, hold on. It's +2, so 5.
Oh, sorry.
Did 5 damage
No.
kill it?
As it steps out, it will swing at Glacius.
Oh my god.
13 to hit. 14 to hit, sorry. 25 to hit. 11 piercing damage. And a 16 to hit.
No on 16.
Okay, this creature makes a dex save at the start of its turn for starting in the fire. It's a 15.
That is absolutely a fail, and the
Okay.
damage will be... Come on, where are you? There you are. 14, a low ball.
Okay. The creature is wounded. Sullivan. That is a 10 to hit, an 18 to hit, and a 9 to hit. Which will all miss, yeah. Cool. Zavro, you're up.
Okay, I will step out to here, and I shall bring back this item that I haven't used for a while. I will raise high into the air my rod of rulership
Okay.
with my eye over...
Does that require concentration?
It isn't concentration, no. It's just as an action.
Okay, cool.
And all 6 of these on the left side not damaged, not within the wall. I will ask them to make a wisdom save of DC 15.
Can you ping the item to chat, please?
Charm. Yes.
Pretty cool. Just double checking it didn't have a language requirement on it.
Okay, 1 saved.
Okay, you have the hook horror. I'm going to put green dots on them. 1, 2, 3 are charmed.
I inform everyone. Some of them are now under my command.
Mm-hmm.
They won't attack you.
Nice.
Okay.
Bonus action, I will fragile shield Ashrin,
Yeah.
and that will be me for now.
Ashton, you're up.
Seeing this one sort of looking towards Zavril, I will cast my Cone of Fear, but I will aim it toward the other two.
Okay.
That's a wisdom save.
Mm-hmm. I've displayed. There are exceptions with these. That's a 3 and a 15.
Oh. Both fail.
Okay.
So they're both frightened, and they have to run away on their turns.
Nice. Any bonus actionalities?
I will move my Hunter's Mark to the ones.
One closest? Okay, cool. Elliot.
Yes, I will attack the one in front of me with my sword.
Mm-hmm.
That's an 18 to hit.
Yeah.
That's 7 slashing damage, 5 radiant.
Okay. Creature is severely wounded.
And I'll attack again. Ah, so close. Is that 28?
28 hits.
And that is the same. 7 slashing, 5 radiant.
Isn't that
What?
7 plus 5? Isn't that 12 plus 5 radiant? It's rolled a 7 on the d8 plus 5 radiant.
I rolled a 2 on the d8 plus 5 for the 7. And then 7 slashing, and then
Does the
5.
first attack look completely different to the second attack? Okay. Cool. That's really weird.
I don't know what to say.
Anyway,
Yeah.
yeah, cool. Okay. Oh, I see. I see. The roll is above it. Okay, yeah, cool. It's 7 slashing, 5 radiant, 12 total.
Yes.
Yeah, cool. Okay, creature is severely wounded. It was already severely wounded, but it is severely wounded.
Yep. That's me.
Okay, Fox.
Yep. Wildfire's only 10 feet high, right? So I can just float over without any fear.
Yep. It's a little
Do I
toasty,
do
but
that?
nothing else.
Yeah. A little toasty on the toes. Yep. Float over here, and then I'm gonna thorn whip that one.
Yep.
Dirty 20.
No, it hits.
4 piercing.
It's dead.
Yanks into the fire. I'm just gonna drift back over and end turn.
Okay. That leads us to this little guy.
As he's charmed.
Yeah.
Oh.
You're in control of it. What's it doing?
Yeah, I would like him to. I would like them to surround this one here and basically wall him in, stop him from advancing further onto our
Okay.
party.
Glacius, you're up.
Alright. Glacius going to run. Right here.
Mm-hmm.
Attack this.
The only one that's
Wanna
not charmed,
attack.
yeah.
When you attack the charmed creature, that breaks the charm.
It
correct?
would, yes. Don't ruin Zavril's pet hook horrors. He's got
Yeah,
them for
I'm
8
gonna-
hours.
Yeah.
I'm gonna attack the middle one.
Yep.
Instead of going there,
Now, you are flanking, you may roll with advantage. As the other hook horrors are now your allies.
I'm 18 to hit.
Mm-hmm. Is that with
18
advantage, mate?
damage.
Oh, yeah, yeah. There's a
Yeah.
second one above it. Yep. Okay.
Yeah. 15 slashing damage to that one. Attack it
Oh,
again.
killing the wrong one. Hold on, sorry.
That's right.
Yeah.
Is still considered flanking on the second?
Yeah, it'll be flanking for any time you attack it while it's around.
Alright. 26 to hit.
Yep.
For 12 slashing damage.
Yep.
Bonus action, you're going to use Full Arm Master.
Give it the old club with a back end.
Yeah.
The wooden stick
14
doesn't seem
hit.
to hurt it.
Alright. Is turnover.
Oh, wait.
Actually, no. No, sorry.
No. Well, okay.
I'm going to move from there.
Back it up.
Back 5 feet.
Love that. Obi.
Alright, Obi's going to... So everyone's pretty useless because we got 2 frightened, 3 charmed.
There's one on Sullivan. It's severely wounded.
If you attack a frightened creature, does that ruin the frighten it?
No.
I think it ends anyway, doesn't it, after one turn, or is it a minute? I
It's
don't
a
know which
minute.
one it
If they
is.
get out of line of sight, they can make a save.
Alright. I'm going to... Yeah, I'm just going to firebolt the one next to Sullivan.
Sorry, hold on. I need to... Is it a wisdom save?
Yeah.
Because they are both out of sight of you. They can't see you. Wait, I've just got to double check that. As a Gloomstalker, you are invisible when in darkness. To a creature that relies on dark vision, correct?
Yeah.
Because you are in the pitch black and their dark vision could see you, but their blind sight cannot at that range.
Ah.
So they will make a wisdom save. And one will succeed. The other will fail. So this creature is no longer frightened.
Can I,
A weird mechanic. it can see you, so it can't see you. Sorry, Obi. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna twin spell a fireball at this one. Next to
And-
Sullivan, and the one that's no longer frightened.
Holy shit! Is that your range? Zongas. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
20. This first attack is the one next to Sullivan.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You need to do 3 damage. Good luck.
Roll 2 1s. 4 damage.
4! 4 is more than 3! Good job.
My God.
That's alright, Rocky.
The other one.
No, actually, Rocky wouldn't have had it. He hasn't got a turn this turn. Yep. 20 hits.
For 9 fire damage.
Yep. Creature is wounded. Is that conclude your turn, Obi?
Obi's just gonna move here,
Okay.
and that is turnover.
Yep. These 2 at the bottom... No, sorry, just this one. At the bottom is going to attempt to execute its friend. It's what you wanted, right?
Yeah.
Several? Several, did you command it to attack or just to surround?
Oh, sorry, I didn't realise my microphone was muted. If it doesn't go against their nature, then yeah.
Oh, it does
like-
not go against their nature in the slightest.
Oh, then yeah, take it out.
Yeah, that's a 23,
Apart.
a 14, and a natural 20.
Oh.
So that is 2 hits. The
That's
first one
dirty.
does 9 damage, and the second one does 22. For a total of 31, the creature is severely wounded, and that is their turns.
Wow.
This creature will run back, taking the dash action back over here.
Oh, what?
This creature
Are
is
you
out
sure
of
it's that
range.
guy's turn?
It's
I
those
haven't had a
3, yeah.
chance- I haven't had a chance to shoot it since it was feared. I feared it and then it ran away and not come back to me.
Oh, it shouldn't have run away. Okay, yeah, never mind. Sorry. I took their turn when I should have taken the other one's turn. Okay, that makes sense. That's fine though. Callum, you're up.
Alright.
It did what it did the last time you saw it move on this turn. Callum, you're up. It is in fact these that didn't have a turn. Yeah. I only have them labelled as A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. So sometimes it's hard to remember which ones are which. Which is why I always try and group them in 2, 3, and 4, but then when one dies, I lose count of who's who. Callum, go.
I'm gonna help them finish off with this one in the middle. Dirty 20 to hit.
That hits.
Ooh, nice.
An execution.
Damage. Awesome. Oh, well, I don't know if I can ever reach. I definitely can't reach that fool. Let's see. Alright, then. Guess it's 9. We'll take an attack at this one over here. Fly closer. There. Alright, let's go, buddy. That is a dirty 20 as well for 9.
Pew! Yep,
Job.
go ahead.
5 damage again.
Okay. Let me just kill these off in the initiative tracker so I don't get confused. They're not dead, but they are charmed. Does that conclude your turn now?
Yeah.
Zavro.
I would like to drop concentration on the wall. We no longer have need for that. I will firebolt this one, if I may.
Yes, we definitely don't have any need for that line. For the
Oh
human.
no, where's Sullivan? He's lost in the darkness.
No need at all.
Oh, then follow my
Oh,
voice.
it's okay. You'll be able to see where my firebolt comes from. You'll be able to figure it out. Yeah, I'll think
Follow
firebolt
my
this one.
voice.
Yep.
That is a 24 to hit.
Yeah, it's...
That's 13 fire damage.
Yep.
And yeah, I'll pop a fragile. Since I'm nearest, I'll just pop a fragile shield on myself.
Okay. Ashrin.
Me.
Okay, I will move up and sharpshooter shot at this one. That is a
Okay,
24.
You may do that, but you do know that if you hadn't moved up, you would have had advantage. Remember the whole can't see you thing?
True. It's okay. I'm gonna go. 24 to hit.
Cool, great. 24 hits. Just one of those weird situations.
18 piercing, 8 thunder.
Jesus Christ, okay. Yeah.
Cool.
Creature severely wounded.
Okay, I'll take another sharpshooter shot at it.
Mm-hmm.
For a 25 to hit.
Yep.
For 22 piercing, 5 thunder.
27 total. Nice, creature's
Yes.
dead. Does that conclude your turn?
Yes.
Sullivan, we're over here!
I suppose I will use my action to activate my gem of brightness.
Mm-hmm. That's absolutely fine. I mean, you couldn't have done anything anyway. What's the distance?
It's a 30-foot bright and then an additional 30 dim. Thank you. Move here, and that's my turn.
Cool. Fox? You guys can just leave that one running home for mummy if you want.
Yeah. Not really feel like going after it.
Yep. I mean, if you want to end initiative there, it will just continue to run off into the distance.
I'm good with that.
Everybody good with that?
Sounds good to me.
So we have
Yeah,
to
as
go
long as
pet
it
birds
comes
for
back,
now.
right, kill us again.
Well, maybe, but you've got 3 hooker friends to look after it.
Oh yeah, sure, that works.
With that, as you finish it off, it is eerily silent down here. There is the occasional sort of strange, unusual sound that your ears sort of hear more than they normally would in the darkness. Somewhere in the distance is the dripping of water. Perhaps an echo down from a long way away of the rushing of water. A river or waterfall is down in the darkness somewhere. As soon as the creatures lie dead, Sullivan's light is almost unbearably bright in the dark caverns. As the hook horrors move in rhythm with Zavril, they clack their claws together as part of their nature. The echo goes out into the darkness and comes back. Every sound is too loud down here. The darkness. You're looking for a man. Good luck.
Alright.
Proceeding past these crystals. These crystals do give off light. I apologise. They should give off a little tiny mote of light for you. And I totally didn't realise that I hadn't done that until I clicked on your token.
Is there any piece of these that's like small enough that could be held?
Yeah, definitely. Let's give you that asset. Control by...
I plan to hand it to Sullivan.
Yep, Josh, just here. You should have a fireflies thing.
I can grab it, but I don't actually see. Oh, okay, never mind. I do see it.
Yeah, sorry, it's not very bright, but if you prefer, I can give you this. That might be easier to do.
I can't grab it.
I know you can't grab it yet. Bear with. Yellow sparkler. Edit. Josh and Josh. You can now.
Okay, thank you.
Would you turn off your gem of brightness then? Because it is very bright.
Yeah. Sure. Great. I can now see 5 feet in front of me.
But you are much less of a beacon to everyone else, right? At least you can move.
Good.
Okay.
There's only one beacon that we want.
Knowing that this is so difficult for Sullivan and that it is approaching evening, 6:30, 7 o'clock, would you perhaps, as you are at the top of the Underdark, like to retreat back to the original cave and take a night's rest, and then the following morning, or even perhaps in the dusk, Ashrin, make your way through the Underdark? Because obviously casting Dark Vision on Sullivan might be a kind thing to do before proceeding.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to prepare that spell.
Okay. In that case, if you guys would like to retreat upwards and take a long rest, you know that the outside of the cave is completely safe.
Zavril,
Yes?
should you command them to do something? I don't...
Well,
I could have them go somewhere far, far away from where we intend to be, and hopefully we will never see them again. And
Well,
if we do,
Go on,
then
Sullivan.
they won't last anywhere near as long.
Go on, Sullivan.
before you do, Fox, can you communicate with them? Ask if they've seen Ahmann down here? Or someone that looks like, I don't know.
What can Fox do that will speak with them?
Well, aren't they animals? Or creatures or something?
No.
I have no idea.
They're monstrosities.
They're monstrosities. Okay, never mind, sorry. I thought they were just
Even if you could
creatures.
communicate with them, all they can do is clack.
Well, that's not true. Like, if it was animals, you could speak with animals.
We polymorph them into a sheep. Then
Now we're
talk to them.
talking.
That's an odd line of thinking. Sheep just clattering their hooves together.
They still don't talk, they just go beep beep.
It's like, ba ba, ba ba, ba. Yeah, you just want to send them far, far away.
Yes.
Busy Shrek.
Hopefully
I'm
we
taking
will
Nye
never
with
see
them.
them again.
That's not good, is it?
No.
Okay. They head off into the Underdark, never to be seen again. Yeah, so up, long rest, down, Dark Vision on Sullivan.
Who else needs dark vision?
Sullivan.
It's just
If you can target more than one person with one cast, then I suppose you could put it on Callum.
On Rocky.
But Callum can see perfectly well inside Sid.
Just in case, I'll cast it twice, once on Sullivan and once on Callum.
Is it 60 feet?
Thank you.
60 feet, yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, cat. Hello, you little blighter.
Hello. Several.
My cat's harassed.
Okay. Yeah. It is now about 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. You've taken a long rest, and Glacius will attempt to rustle you up some breakfast dinner. Obi, what on earth, or Matt, sorry, what on earth would Glacius rustle up for breakfast dinner?
Potatoes.
Hash browns, definitely.
Potatoes? Just raw?
Because I rolled a 12, so yes, raw.
Oh god.
Baked potatoes. They are filling and really, really boring. Okay. With no buffs to speak of, you can return down into the Underdark with your dark vision and continue.
Clearly, he didn't study that cooking book he bought.
Not yet. It's because James forgot to supply it.
Yeah, somebody didn't give it to him.
Once again, you hear the dripping of water in the distance. The rushing of water far, far away. And movement amongst the rocks. Echoing from the long, long way away. There is a somewhat rough-hewn path on the ground. Stones that appear to be almost formed by the treading of man's foot, as much as they are by any purposeful demonstration. They
By the
lead
treading
you...
of a man's foot?
Yep, perhaps. Unintentional puns. But as you see the path, you are able to follow it directly along. If the path is where you wish to be. Is the path where you wish to be?
Yes.
Okay.
Sure.
Ashrin and Fox, I will take a perception check as you peer into the darkness well away from the path that you are treading.
20.
Okay. And Ashrin?
14.
Ashrin, you see webs up above on the ceiling, almost 90 feet up, but dangling down from above. And you hear the slight rustling of creatures moving up ahead. As in overhead, not up ahead. Fox, you were far too busy looking at these weird Underdark mushrooms that look really cool. They're bright orange. And they give off a little spore around them. You don't recognize them.
They're giving off a spore, though.
Yeah, there's a little sort of surrounding orange nimbus around each one of them.
Too curious. I want to go over and inspect.
Okay. You go over, the orange nimbus seems to be just a faint, almost like floating spores going out. Doesn't smell of much. You're not sure.
Okay. Do I get a gut feeling these could be helpful?
They're not something you've used in alchemy before. But most mushrooms have some sort of alchemical properties.
Okay. I'll pick some.
Okay. As you reach down to pick one, the spores sort of wrap around your hand.
What the?
Jeez!
And the mushroom
What was that?
screams in your mind. And the spores give you psionic content. Each mushroom, every time you pick it, screams in pure agony as you pull it out of its roots.
Okay. We'll stew.
Jeez!
Oh god! What have we done?
Is this a mandrake root?
No, it is just a mushroom that its spores allow it to communicate psionically. You do believe that these mushrooms could be used in telepathic potions, but you have no name for the mushroom.
Okay.
You could just call them orange underdark mushrooms if you like. But
Yeah.
they definitely could present some sort of psionic power.
Okay. How much do I get?
Pounds worth. A pound of, so
Pound.
10, yeah, 10 of or a pound.
Okay.
All of a sudden, as you're moving along, you hear the scuttling of a spider sort of coming down the wall to your left. To those of you with limited dark vision, 60 feet or below, you can't see these creatures. You can just hear them moving all around you, behind you, in front of you, out to the sides. It sounds like there are thousands of them, though none of them are that close.
I don't like that.
And we're proceeding.
That's unfortunate.
Heck yeah.
There are some heavy footsteps out to the right. It's moving along, but as you peer into the darkness, you can't make out any creature of any sort. And then you see this sort of wrapped cocoon dangling just behind the rock as you step past. About 30 feet up from you, just spinning endlessly. You judge it best to make swift passage through here before you become their next meal.
Later.
Goodbye.
As you get towards the end, you hear a quiet voice. A little familiar almost, as it speaks in a female voice. Not in the language that any of you speak directly, though I think a couple of you have had some familiarity with Undercommon recently, having picked up books on it.
Yeah.
Actually...
Did you speak it fluently?
I'm sorry. It's the wrong campaign, never mind.
Okay. You pick up a few odd words, but the words you recognize, Obi, are pass, enter, and deeper.
Do you guys want to enter? Do you want to pass, or should we go deeper?
I think all three of those are the same thing.
Alright, never mind. We'll go with option all three.
Up ahead of you is a pitch blackness. And you'll find yourselves in... Oh, no. Don't put your tokens down. Sorry, wrong one. I missed it. There we
Oh
go.
boy. Here we go again.
You may place your tokens here. Up ahead of you is what appears to be a sort of a rope bridge either side with wooden slats across the middle. It doesn't cross a big distance, but you can see webs strung all around it and in the gaps of the crevice that it covers. There are small red glowing crystals on the ground at various angles, such as here. They look like they were placed deliberately.
They appear to be doing anything but giving off some light.
They don't appear to be giving off much light either, although they do have a strange glow about them, I guess. It's almost too dark to detect. No.
Sorry. I'm in the void.
Better? Michaela, better?
No.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yes.
No, I know that'll work. Oh, never mind, I know what I haven't done. Sorry.
Perfect.
You weren't in the void at all, you just didn't have dark vision.
Is this the same bridge that Shrek and Donkey go over when they fought the dragon?
You don't think so?
We were going to
I'm not
far
entirely
away.
sure. As you sort of get a little bit closer, you do see some sort of red mist rising up in the crevice. And as you peer over, you see a huge spider. Sort of giant, long way down, 60 or 70 feet down, crawling up and down the walls underneath. The webs are a myriad of different paths below.
How sturdy is this bridge?
A few of the wooden slats are already broken.
Yikes.
It could hold a humanoid, that's for sure. Perhaps even a large humanoid. I probably wouldn't walk Sid across it.
I could jump it.
Yeah, you know that.
No
Quite
worries.
easy. Give me, does anybody have carpenter's proficiency?
I do.
Yes, actually.
Both of you may give
Wow,
me a
Ashton.
carpentry tools roll, which is I don't know what its governing attribute is. I'll have to open the document. Artisan's tools, artisan's tools, artisan's tools. When taking the carpentry tool profession, a player may choose between strength or dexterity.
Dirty 20.
17.
Cool. So whichever you choose is your attribute for it permanently.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, you get the impression that you wouldn't want to put more than one person across this bridge at once. It's a single file, one by one, if I was you.
I'm gonna pull out my rope of climbing
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
and try to get it to go across and tie to this.
Are you going to
Point.
cross the bridge and then tie it? Is that what you mean? Or does it have a method
No,
of tying itself?
It goes and ties itself.
How kind of it. Yeah.
How kind of.
As you throw it across, you do hear these heavy footsteps from somewhere behind you. And the way you've already come. The rope ties itself across the bridge. And to one of the sturdy concrete posts, it seems, or stone posts, it seems to be driven into the ground. The only four parts of this bridge that look sturdy. 1, 2, 3.
Should I go first since I'm the smallest?
Okay. Just be careful.
I'll tie the other end of the rope to this,
Okay.
just so there's a
So you can
handle.
hand over hand on it with the rope of climbing.
Put one step and the other. Soon you'll be walking out the door.
I'll take, as you stop there, please, Obi. I'll take a perception check from anyone with a passive perception or 18 or above. This is a
Okay.
perception check based on hearing.
Nah.
You hear the approach of creatures from behind you, but they seem quite far away at this point.
Should I keep going?
Oh, you can keep going.
Did it.
Yay.
Obi, as you peer down that corridor in front of you, it narrows, and the ceiling is only 10 or 12 feet up. It's going to be a tight fit for Sid. And within that path, there are small red crystals all the way along the walls, perfectly lined. Who's next across the bridge? Time is running short, unless you want to
Someone please join me, quick.
turn and confront
will-
the thing behind you.
I will go.
Oh. I was
Okay.
gonna jump across also.
I'm not sure if it's gonna help, but how high is the cavern bit behind us?
This little narrow passageway is about 40 feet high. It opens up to 90 feet high behind it.
40 foot. Okay, so Webb wouldn't be able to completely restrict it. Okay.
Callum, as you jump across, it makes a sort of noise as you land. And scuttling out from the crevice, 2 spiders. Both of which have the body of a beautiful woman. Black-skinned. Stunning bright red eyes. And as they climb up, they both stare at Fox and Zavril, pretty much. Bear with me a second. I should have an asset for this. I can grab it. No, I do not. Okay, that's not what I was looking for. But regardless, these two sort of spiders, 8 legs, and then this human physical body. She's completely naked from the torso, from the hip upwards. Beautifully formed, almost too perfect in the way you look at it.
Are they human-sized or are they spider-sized?
They would be described as giant spiders, but the human torso is only the size of a standard female.
Okay.
Is it like a centaur, but a spider centaur?
Tiny spider legs.
It is a small torso coming up from the center of a very large bulbous body that then has legs coming out of it. They are quite disgusting.
Sounds kind of hot.
Who's that?
As they look at you, they begin to have a discussion with themselves. A mixture of undercommon and a clacking or clicking similar to a spider's tongue. And then they sort of look and rush quickly over towards Fox. And as they get there, they sort of reach out with their hand very slowly. Very slowly, though they moved so quickly to get to you. And as they get sort of 2 or 3 inches away from your skin, they skitter away and rush down back into the crevice. Go on.
Boo.
Fuck.
Oh, that was.
You guys come, please.
Oh, here we go. This
Fox,
is what I was looking for.
you go next.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, big.
That is what they look like. Yeah, they are big. The spider body is huge. The legs, but the woman is just sort of relatively standard sized. And they skitter on back down into the darkness. And then you just hear this whistle as they descend. And then there's this, from back down the corridor in that direction, there is a barking. Almost like a dog. But
Come along now.
hellish.
Oh. After the pretty lady showed of interest. Alright,
Who's next?
I'm using another charge of my load, so I'm flying over. Just so we
Okay.
can not waste more time. I'm going up as high as I can, though.
Yeah, as you do so, 3 dogs side by side begin to charge down the corridor towards your group.
Zavril, please get across the
Okay.
bridge.
Zavril,
Ashrin
you go
and
next.
Obi, I'll have a perception check, please.
25.
You hear
9.
this sort of solid steps of something that's legs appear almost chitinous. And staring down a long way ahead of you, you see these 2 creatures lumbering towards you. And in fact, I will ping a picture to the VTT so you guys can see exactly what they look like. It appears almost cloaked in nature, a huge stretched out face. As its spiky feet move, it is plodding towards you, slowly but surely.
Is that a man?
Pincered from either side. And as they get to about here, each one lets out a gesture. And rising up from smoke on either side of you guys are 2 wolf-like creatures that stand upon 2 legs. Their unusually formed features sort of protracted forward, large, hairy back, and claws on all 4 of their arms as they reach out at you. There is a picture of them in the chat if you wish.
Cool.
As each one rises from the ground, and they are large creatures, so they should like this.
Oh, no.
These creatures are demonic in nature and appear to be summoned, though these creatures do not appear to be concentrating in any way. Oh shit. Bear with. I seem to have got soul-forged characters in this fight.
Save the
fight.
arena.
Let's talk. We're just gonna
I don't
talk
wanna
to them.
fight.
Yeah, this
It's
looks
like,
like
yo,
just
we're looking for
discourse.
Ahmann.
Okay. It's going to be a little deadlier for your characters than it would be for the soul-forged characters. What a shame. Oh, no. They do get to roll initiative. They don't all just get a 0 automatically.
Please.
Do we not get to do any preparations when we see these things approaching the corridor?
Yeah, they're coming towards you pretty quickly. You heard the barking back then, but people were too busy deciding who was going to step across the bridge next. I think Zavril was to be next. Are you going to cross the bridge, or are you going to cast a spell?
Fox, but,
What's your plan?
Fox
is flying. I think Fox, you're probably...
Yeah, I was going to carry someone.
Oh, you were going to carry someone?
Yeah.
Who would you like to carry? Because those two look quite heavy. All three of them look quite heavy, actually. Why do you have any increased strength to carry them?
I mean, I'm a fur rogue, so it's double for me.
Okay,
right?
What's your current carrying capacity? Because Sullivan's wearing full armor.
Carrying capacity 300.
Okay, yep. I would say that Glacius is too heavy. You can carry either of the other two. Because Glacius is like full armor, huge weapon, dragonborn, 9 foot tall, you know.
Okay.
And he's fat.
Well, then I probably am carrying Zavril, only because I'm guessing Sullivan would want to be last.
Sure.
Yep, okay.
As we go, I would like to drop a web across this area here, though, so that at least the wolves can be restrained from.
Go ahead and place your web.
Sorry.
Go ahead and place the web. You have an asset for it, right.
Yeah. Just doing that now. I've got to scroll down to find it. There we go. I'll drop that in that area there. Actually, there.
An 18, a 6, and a 20 on the deck saves.
18, 6, and 20. Okay, only the 6 fails. The other 2 succeed. I wonder if that were if they re-enter, do they have to re-roll it again, or if they stay in?
No.
Or is it just
It's just
a
difficult terrain, I believe.
Right,
I could be wrong. You can ping the spell to chat if you want, but I will take initiatives, please.
Oh boy.
Why did you guys just stand there? We were supposed to come over the bridge.
What have these initiative rolls been?
Classic Callum.
Oh, sorry. Their
Oh
deck
my
saves will be on their
God.
turn. But yes. Okay.
I'm finally rolling in double
places.
digits after so long.
Okay.
Places got 12.
Elliot. What are you doing?
Okay, so those who have gone over.
Just a heads up on the initiative tracker. The two... What? Why are there so many Ashrins?
We need more. We need more help.
More.
Obi got a 9 out of 12 on initiative.
See, I've only got Ashran and Obi on the initiative.
Yeah. The only people I saw were the ones that were already across. Funny enough, on initiative.
Actually, yeah, that's true. It was just those 3.
That's weird.
Okay.
Oh, there we go.
There we go.
Those two creatures on the right have already taken their turn to summon these demons. Okay. Sullivan, what are you doing?
Okay, so those two are heading across. I guess I would tell Glacius to go next on the bridge.
Okay. You're going to try and hold the line, are you?
Yes.
Okay.
And so, because I rolled in at 20, I get advantage on my first attack roll, right?
You get your advantage on all attack rolls or ability checks in this turn.
Oh, for the turn.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't help me because I've only got one that's ranged. So I will fire off a celestial burst at this one.
Oh, yeah, okay. So that one is not webbed. Go ahead.
Yep.
23 hits.
That's a 24.
24 also hits.
Yep. That's 14 radiant damage.
Mm.
And that's my turn.
Okay. That leads us to Zavril. You may not use movement on your turn.
Yeah, Fox, you're carrying me over, right?
Yeah.
You will move with Fox. You won't move on your own.
Yes, that's absolutely fine. Okay. This one here, then I'll fling a scorching ray at it at 2nd level. Then.
Okay.
I'll just roll 3. Okay, that first one's 17.
17 will hit.
That'd be 4-5.
Okay. As the fire hits this creature, you note that its sort of devilish black skin sort of rides a little bit and bubbles. It appears to be resistant.
Oh no.
Resistant. Okay.
You do identify it as some sort of fiend.
Okay, excellent. Well, I'm committed to the scorching ray anyway, so I'll do next two
You don't
attacks.
have to fire them all at the same thing.
Well, okay, then I guess I'll read at the one at the wolf then.
The one that's restrained?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, actually, no, I won't because I've burned the web. No, it'll be back at that one still anyway.
Okay.
Yep, so that's
19 hits.
That's 7.
3.
Yep, and 14.
That'll miss.
Yep, fine. Okay.
Bonus action.
I will give a fragile shield to. Oh, let's go with Ash.
Okay.
Oh.
Ashrin, it is your turn. I'm going to go to the bathroom. Give me one moment. Plan a battle plan or something.
I have a battle plan. Kill the
What's your-
enemies.
Okay,
Slept and then
That's
came
the
back in
plan.
the middle of the night, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, we took a long
Awesome.
rest. I don't understand. We took a long rest down here.
No, we
we
went
were
back
in
up to the entrance.
Oh. Theater of the Mind style.
Yeah.
The big spooky face thing, with the hood and everything. Which direction was that one coming from? Was that from behind us as well? Do you remember?
On this
No,
side
they're-
of
they're-
where we are.
The Bodak. That's over on that.
Yeah, they're on the far
Can you
right.
see that far?
Oh no, I couldn't see that far. Okay, I thought that was behind us. Okay, maybe I will drop the webs for another spell shortly then.
The web on the
Alright, not everyone can see the whole map.
Ashrin, what are you doing?
I'm gonna say I don't suppose it would make any difference if I said that we're here to talk to Ahmann. As
None
I
of the
hunters mark
creatures
this
in your
one.
range appear to be capable of understanding you.
Hunters mark this one. Does it
Okay.
seem like they can see me?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry. Oh, interesting question. I think it's fair to see that all of you can see a little bit. In fact, I should already have done that with this. Yes, you do not appear to be in complete darkness.
Okay. Yeah. Then.
It's the red
3
mist
shots.
that's coming up from Kier that's creating the light. Yep.
So 20 to hit.
20 hits?
24 on the first one.
Is that all piercing?
3 of that is thunder.
That's fine. The thunder seems to affect it perfectly normally.
Okay. Second shot is also 20.
20 hits.
29.
Mm-hmm.
And the third shot was a 23 to hit.
Around hits.
27.
Okay. Creature is wounded.
Yeah, that'll be me. I'll sort of
Okay.
stay here and just like brace myself.
Both of these creatures sort of open their maw ridiculously widely, and coming out of it a sort of green spittle almost, coating the three of you. I need 2 dex saves from each of you, please. Obi, you got...
8 and 18.
You are under the effects of fairy fire. Ashrin,
Oh no.
17 and 18.
You are fine. You dodge it. Callum.
14 and 15.
14 is a fail. You are also under the effects of fairy fire. This one leaps out at Obi, and this one leaps over at Callum, both completely ignoring Ashrin as they begin to sort of and then take a snapping bite at you. Obi, that is a it's a 17 with the bite.
Going to say, no, get back, demon, and use my sprout my wings. That'll protect me. Give me plus 3 AC.
Okay, the second one is 11 to hit you, and the third one is a 20 to hit you. That AC only lasts till one attack, right?
Yeah, the 20 hits.
Okay, then you will take 17 slashing damage. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Yes, sir. That's a 13.
13 is a success. The second creature slashes out
Sorry,
twice.
What does Fairy Fire do?
Gives me advantage on attacking you, and prevents you from being able to become invisible. An 18 to hit, Callum.
No.
That might hit.
Yikes.
Oh god.
Need a Constitution saving throw, please, as you take 43 slashing damage.
Shit.
23 con save.
Congratulations, that succeeds, and then the bite comes at you.
Wow.
25 to hit you.
Yeah.
17 piercing. Fox, you're up.
Holy hell.
Yep. Just gonna get to Ursa as fast as possible. So I'm just gonna action dash.
Mm-hmm.
Fly all the way over here, and I'm gonna put Zarval down like behind me right here.
Fantastic, thank you.
I like that you chose this side of the bridge. Those two restrained wolves are terrifying.
I suppose I'm gonna. Bonus action. Let's do. Yeah, you know what? Well, we're gonna do my Starry Form Archer for big change.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to. Well, launch shot at the one that's hurt.
Yeah. Go ahead, roll to hit.
16.
A 16 hits. The radiant damage appears to go through in full.
Alright, 12 radiant.
Nice. Does that conclude your turn? Creature is severely wounded.
Yeah, that was my turn as I'm emitting 10 feet bright light.
Glacius.
Glacius gonna step. Oh. Yeah, fuck it. He's gonna step into the web.
Okay, dex save, please.
Man, I told you to flee.
Since when does Glacius do what he's told?
That's true, especially when it comes to me telling him.
Go through.
Yeah.
Nice.
He is not restrained, but he is in difficult terrain.
It's fine. I'll only step in one square. He's gonna attack the one straight ahead. This one.
Okay, that creature is not restrained, so it'll be a straight attack.
That is fine.
Yep. It has already been hit, though, so.
$28 to hit.
28 hits.
13 slashing damage.
Yeah.
Second attack, same thing.
Mm-hmm.
12. Oh.
12 will miss.
Bonus action. Back with it.
Yeah.
18.
18 hits.
It's 6 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Then step back out of the web.
Mm-hmm.
Or running. Actually, no. Let's see where I want to move. I want to end my turn on the bridge, so I'm just going to go right there.
Okay. Does that conclude your turn?
Yes.
Okay, that brings us to this one, who will pounce out and take a bite and a claw at Sullivan. 18 to hit.
That's a miss.
Nat 1, which will miss. The second one, you see him sort of open his maw, and a sort of blue spiraling image comes out, and it gets larger and larger until it's a door. And then it will step through it, and it will reappear over here. It is no longer webbed. That is uses Dimension Door.
What? Dane can use Dimension Door?
Dogs with spells, that's just unnatural.
The next one is going to take one look at you, Sullivan, and transform into a really cute-looking goblin. Looks at you and goes, "Please don't hurt me."
How dare you? How very dare you? Can I tell if it's being honest?
It is 100% a goblin. Honest? This creature doesn't know what that means.
Get home.
Well, he said that it wasn't gonna hurt.
You are a hut. No, he said, "Please don't hurt me." He is 100% a demon.
Demons. We don't negotiate with demons.
Regardless, you'll have to make a wisdom save. This is against a charm effect, if you have any resistance to that.
No. That's a 25.
You're not fooled by his tricks. He will, however, walk out here. Obi, you're up. Zavron, seeing that everybody's out your web, do you want to drop concentration or leave it up?
Yeah, I will be dropping it. Yeah, sure.
Okay, cool. Just double checking. Obi.
Alright. I don't get to use this much, but I'll use it right now. Obi's gonna look up at these monsters and say, "Get back, demons! Rah!" Let out a big draconic cry. All attacks on these two big dudes are at advantage until my next turn.
Okay.
Obi, well done.
Is it 10 feet?
That's 10 feet.
Okay.
No, it's not good.
That's your bonus action. What's your action?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out. I'm going to cast spell.
Dispel? What are you dispelling?
No, a spell.
Oh!
I'm just trying to figure out.
Oh, unpredictable.
Spell. Right, the dude right in my face.
Mm-hmm.
Cast. Get the effect. Boom. Right in its face.
Is that cone of cold?
Save. It's Rhymes Binding Ice.
Oh, okay.
Unsafe in that one.
A 9.
As a failure, it takes 3d8. Takes 17 plus 5, I think.
Okay.
22 cold damage.
Yeah, its skin sort of ripples again, and you see it sort of shine a blue sort of icy color as it resists the cold damage.
I'm going to...
Does anything else happen to it on a fail? Like restrained or something?
No, that's it. It says on a fail-safe creature takes 3 to... It is hindered by ice formation for 1 minute.
What the fuck does that mean? Hindered isn't a condition?
Hindered by ice I don't actually know what that means. Or until it or another creature within reach of it uses an action to break away the ice.
Okay,
A creature hindered by ice has its speed reduced to 0. On a successful save, a creature takes half as much damage.
Okay.
Isn't okay, never mind. Yeah, so it has 0 speed right now.
0 movement speed, love that. Okay.
0, which I don't think matters, but yeah.
Here's Holt. Yep. Any bonus action? You've used your bonus action. Does that conclude your turn, Obi?
That is turn over.
Callum, you're up. You have advantage to hit either of these creatures. This one is severely wounded. This one has not been touched yet.
Okay, well, cool. So Sid already exploded.
Oh, by Sid.
From that crit. But I'm going to pull out my empowered flail from the Furion Guard and try to hit this one with a...
Does that do something specific against fiends?
Yeah.
Cool.
Are these
Love that.
fiends
They are
fighting
fiends. This
I will use a
one
branding smite.
and this one are fiends. Yep.
Wait,
Branding, is that fire or radiant?
it's radiant.
Okay, cool.
Advantage. That's a dirty 20.
That hits. Are you hitting the severely wounded one?
Yes.
Okay.
So that is... Oh, wow. It's an extra d6 of radiant damage, and then I'm going to roll the branding smite. Okay. Just piss poor all around. 4s down the line.
It's really hurt!
8, 12. Well, that's cool.
But it's not dead. Any bonus
Alright.
action?
That branding smite was my bonus action.
Oh, of course it was.
So I am chilling right here.
Oh, you don't even get to bop it with an eye. What a shame.
Nope.
Are they concentrating on the fairy fire?
No.
Yeah.
No, it gives you it grants the effects of fairy fire, but it's green globular spit that glows in the dark.
Gross.
It is really
Ew.
gross, yeah.
I'm gonna wipe it off of me.
This creature is going to finally get its turn.
Oh, great.
It just stares straight at Callum as it moves over here. And it gazes directly into your eyes, and as you look at it and it looks at you, you're sort of captured. You can't look away from it. I need a Constitution saving throw, please.
Wow. 18.
18 is a success.
Yay. Damn.
Wrong damage, ignore that. $28 half to 14 necrotic damage, please. And as you lock eyes with it, I need a second Constitution save, please.
Oh. 17.
Are you for any reason immune to psychic damage? Immune to frightened?
No.
Okay, that is a fail.
I'm immune to disease.
You'll take 18 psychic.
Oh no.
The second creature will move up and lock eyes with Ashrin. Ashrin, I need the first Constitution save, please.
Oh, natural 20, 23.
Okay, you will take half of 18 necrotic damage, which is 9. Are you immune to frightened?
No.
I need a second Constitution saving throw, please.
18.
18. That is a success. You take no damage. Elliot, you're up. Oh, sorry, hold on. Both of them also enact a dark aura around them, and a nimbus of deathly light appears. Or deathly darkness, I suppose, actually. It feels cold in your bones, all three of you. Actually, it might be more than three of you. It's a 30-foot aura, so yes, it is affecting everybody on this side of the bridge.
This is not the side to be.
What you doing?
I am gonna step here and take a knee as I whisper, "May the crown protect us," and I will cast Templar's Wrath, so they both need to make charisma saves.
Okay. 15.
Fail.
10.
Fail. So they're both frightened for the next minute, and they both take 14 radiant damage.
Bugger. Sorry, hang on a second. There we go. 14 radiant damage. Nice. That does seem to be rather effective against them.
Yes. And that's my turn.
Okay. Oh, sorry, I've damaged the wrong creature. Oh. He's dead.
That works too.
Dead and frightened. Is that your turn, Elliot?
Yes, that's my turn.
Zavril, you're up.
Right, 5th level spell time. I shall summon into existence a hand over here.
Okay.
I would like to try to do my best to protect everyone over this way. I shall order the hand to make an attack at this one. I would
Yep.
like to get rid of this one if I can.
Okay, it has advantage.
Right, okay. I'll just roll it as I would a spell attack.
That is how you
Take
roll
time off.
Bigby's hand. Okay, you can just click spell attack, but go on. Sorry for the phone, guys. Go on, Seth. 24 hit.
24, yep. I can almost guarantee that's going to be a kill, but...
It had 2 health.
Damn.
Yeah, that would be 17 force damage on the punch, yeah.
Yep. Second your turn.
I will take one step further back, and then that will be me for now, yes.
Okay, Ashram?
Isn't Bigby's just a bonus action?
No, it's
yes,
an action to
bonus
cast.
action,
It's an
I
action to
agree.
cast. It's a bonus
Yes.
action at subsequent turns, but it's a bonus. It's an action.
Yeah,
to
so I
cast.
will give a fragile shield to...
Oh, I see. Yeah.
To Sid, because...
Thank
oh,
you.
well, Sid's down, actually.
Yeah, it's
Sid's
Callum,
blown
yeah.
up, so Callum, yes.
Mm-hmm. Ashram. Ashram.
Bonus action. Starlight step. Ooh. No, I will not move the fairy fire with me. I will not move that fairy fire with me
You
either.
can just get those out of
Or
here.
that
That's
one.
fine.
Alright, I will go up there.
Yeah.
And I will cast fear.
Ooh.
Against all 4 of those.
Okay. What happens if a creature is immune to frightened?
Nothing.
The front one just completely ignores you. But the other... this one... Wait, are you hitting this one? Is that possible?
Yeah, I'm hitting all 4 of them.
Okay. That one will make its wisdom save. That's a 10.
Fairy fire, go away, sorry.
No. And then the Bargest. Immune to 100 different things, but not fear. That's good. 20 will pass, though. So yes, this creature is scared.
Thank goodness.
And on its next turn, it'll be forced to run away, taking the dash action.
I'll move my hunt. Nope, I won't. I keep forgetting.
No, don't do both things at once. Does that conclude your turn?
Yep.
Okay, this creature hasn't got very far to go, but it'll run over here.
Oh, you don't take an opportunity attack.
Mm-hmm.
17.
17
Get
hit.
advantage.
Oh,
You do
you're
have
right,
advantage.
That's more like it. 22.
Both of those will hit.
Plus 2 radiant.
Okay. And that will conclude its turn. Fox.
Yep. Radiant light will cascade down as I cast Moonbeam there. I upcast at 4th level, and
Yeah. Any bonus
I guess
action?
I guess I'll take a shot at this.
Okay.
Do it from
Disadvantage,
me.
obviously. Well, straight roll, straight roll.
Dirty 20
That'll hit.
or 10 radiant.
Laura, does it make a save or anything when it gets hit?
Nope.
It gets damaged? Nope. Fantastic. Glacius.
Alright, Glacius is going to go across the bridge, use an action to dash.
Mm-hmm.
10, 15,
Roll me a d20.
Oh no, he's gonna fall
The
through a
rope
crack,
is still
isn't
in place.
Mm-hmm. That's not what you're rolling for.
5.
Okay. As he's running down, he notes that just here, the 2 Driders, these spider-like creatures with the female torso, sort of just popping up and having a look at what's going on. Just seeing how you're getting on. Carry on as you were.
45 feet.
Mm-hmm.
50, 55, 60.
Okay.
That's it. Bonus action.
Okay, that brings us to this creature here, who will make his con save at disadvantage. And therefore gets a 6. The damage on Moonbeam is...
The damage is a good old 25 radiant.
He didn't have 50 health, so he is dead.
Get out of here.
That brings us to our friend over here, who is frightened of Sullivan, and will therefore run away, provoking an opportunity attack. 21 hits.
Hey.
21, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's 9 slashing, 7 radiant.
Yep, that is a dash action. Obi, it's your turn.
The plane that just got around in 2 seconds.
I mean, you can take an opportunity attack and carry on.
It is
Gonna
frightening.
run over. Just gonna go right here. Leaving the fairy fire behind.
Nope. Chase you down.
I don't want it.
Going to do the same thing I did before. Sure. And those two
does an 18 hit you?
18. I'm gonna use my reaction to block it.
Okay. With shield?
I'll do that. Oh, and I'm gonna use my wings again.
He would have disadvantage because he's frightened. It would be straight roll.
Oh, that is true. In that case, don't bother using shield, it missed.
Fantastic. Yeah. So, yeah, I need a con save
Okay.
from both of those two creatures. Pass.
A dirty 20 and a nat 1.
Alright, well, one pass, one fail. Alright.
As your cold blast comes out, it lights up the slightly blue glowing eyes that are set deep into this creature's head. It doesn't seem too phased by your cold damage, but it is encased in ice.
Like 0 damage to not.
No, it's resistant.
One of them took half, which means half of half, and the other one just took half. And yeah, whichever one failed has 0 movement speed.
Yep. It is this one down here.
And then
Sorry, it would have been really nice if it was the one in the moonbeam, but it just wasn't. I'll be anything else.
Okay. Bonus action, I'm going to. I said stay back, demon! Roar! I'm gonna cry again. Not cry again.
That's
Nice.
so
Full
cute.
effect. Full
Okay.
effect this one and the
Yep,
one on the bottom.
I've yellow
again.
dotted them. Yep, Calvin, you're up.
Fantastic.
Okay. Sure, I'll go for the... If I'm like... Would you call this a straight line?
Yeah.
If I'm a cast the lightning bolt, can I hit
Yeah, you
both
can hit
of
both.
those? Great. Love that. I'm not gonna stand right next to him, actually. I'm gonna stand, like, up here.
I've rolled for the
Oh.
wrong creature, but I rolled in that one, so that's fine. I'll do that.
Delightful, delightful.
I rolled a 1 and a 2. It doesn't appear to be immune to lightning damage or even resistant.
Great, then take 23 lightning damage on both of these.
They are both severely wounded. One appears to be almost on the cusp of death.
Oh, well, you know what? I have a bonus action this time.
It is this
so-
one that is on the cusp of death.
So, Nye, please.
Attack it with
Please.
advantage from the draconic
Attack
cry.
with advantage.
It has 0 movement speed. It has advantage to hit it. It has 3 hit points. What's Nye got for us?
Has a moonbeam
Nye-
on it.
Cannot
No,
do
the
less
moonbeam's
than
on the other one.
I gotta get Nye a way to crit on 19, because all he rolls is 19s. That's a 6 damage.
Another execution for Nye.
Yes!
True MVP.
God damn it.
Yes, collecting kills left, right, and
Yeah,
centre.
I know.
Does that conclude your turn?
That is my turn.
Okay, at the start of its turn, it will make a Constitution saving throw. This doesn't make it with disadvantage. It will, however, fail with an 8, I assume.
Yep. So 19 radiant.
I think somehow I think it's very dead.
No, it had 18 hit points. It's dead, but not very.
Only mostly dead.
Pretty dang dead.
Sullivan, it is your turn.
Yes. I wanna go to the edge. Can I see those creatures? that
2
call
Driders,
these
yes, you do. Bear with me.
You gonna ditch Charlotte, Sullivan? You like the bad girls now?
Oh
my
my
goodness. I do like a woman with legs. So.
that's good.
They do got
She's
legs!
got legs, baby.
They
Legs
do
for
got
days.
legs.
No, I will be firing out some celestial bursts at them.
Okay. As you fire your celestial burst, she raises a hand and she will counterspell it.
Wow.
A cantrip?
That's how little she respects your cantrip.
She looks at you and speaks into your mind. Ooh. No, she can't do that. She'll just wait for her turn. She looks at you and
Goblin or Sylvan, please.
she's gonna have to cast tongues first.
Oh.
So give her a moment.
Alright.
What'd that tongue do? Yeah, I guess that's me.
She'll have none of that. After your turn, she will cast tongues and then speak into your mind. Stick to what you can handle, little boy. And with that, she just slowly walks away.
Oh, I love being degraded.
And they will brook none of your nonsense.
Okay, I think I was...
But she will then repeat, attacking the drow in their homeland is never a wise decision. You are a visitor here, it is wise to be polite. You've already killed my pets.
They attacked us?
You're just saying this directly into Sullivan's mind.
Obi just says it anyway, just off the distance.
Can I reply? Or
You
is
can
this
try.
a one-way thing? I'll try.
You have to call
I'll
out,
just-
you can't just reply in your mind.
Oh, right. Then fine, yeah. Oh, but they cast tongues, does that mean... Oh yeah, they can understand common. Like, both ways, right?
They can
Yeah.
understand and speak.
Then I'll just shout out, enough of your games. Call off your pets, or we will find you.
Oh, but they've only just begun. And with that, she just, with a gesture, raises her hand and fires a fiery blast, sundering the bridge.
Am I in love?
Innovation did call off her
Just
pet.
barely on the bridge here.
Oh, he's dead.
Oh, nice.
No.
Oh well, that sucks to be him.
Several. Oh, sorry, Sullivan, anything else? There is no bridge there anymore.
I don't think so. I think that's me.
Sullivan, what are you doing? Sorry, Savile, what are you doing?
I shall have my hand come forth and start battering the living daylights out of this one here.
Okay.
Do I roll straight or with advantage in this case? For a hit.
Sorry, your Bigby's hand is hitting this one?
Yes.
Advantage.
Bigby's hand's going battering. 17 to hit.
Oh my god.
17
Bro.
I'm so upset.
Maybe it's a magic item and it survived.
I mean, it is a magic item.
There.
It also has hit points.
Uh-oh.
Right, the hand does 22 force damage,
Mm-hmm.
and I would like to follow that up with a. Unfortunately, it's only going to be at first level, but I'll drop a magic missile on this fool right here
Okay.
for another 2, 2, 3. So 7 more force damage on the guy.
Okay. Does that complete your turn?
That will. I'm staying right here for now.
It wasn't a fireball, it was a firebolt. It hit the bridge. Ashrin, as it's your turn, you note that the bridge is beginning to go up in flames. If you wish to run and snatch back your rope, you may do so, but it will cost you an action.
Well, this guy's frightened, so you know what? Yep.
Okay.
Save the world.
You sort of rabble it in, and you just hear this sort of pitiful laughter in the background. noticing your actions. She lets it slide. This creature's frightened. What does it do on its turn? It just runs into a wall?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
It does nothing. Well, in that case, I'm sure that you'll manage to kill it. And that is where we will end the combat. As you find yourselves the other side of this burning bridge. Sullivan, how are you getting over here?
Can I just...
I've got a way to get Sullivan over.
Hang, guys, I can still fly.
Oh, yeah, okay, that's
true.
absolutely fine. Yep. Fox will go over, pick you up, and bring you back over to this side. And
Right,
as you
Carrie.
all reach the other side of the bridge, that is where we will end today's episode.
Wow.
Welcome to the Underdark.
Oof. Now, how the hell are we going to get out?
Well, the way you came, but I thought you wanted to speak to a man.
Oh, yeah, but,
You better
I
find
mean,
him.
that bridge is kind of wrecked, so now
Nah.
we're
We can get
figure
it.
out something again.
We'll just fly across.
Yeah,
It'll
plenty
take
of
me a while,
ways.
but I guess we can do it.
You've got plenty of ways. We come to the timeless tradition of MVPs. Has Matt got shorter this week?
Yeah.
Matt, you can start. Oh, there we go. Welcome back. Matt, you can start.
I gotta give it to when really mean people told us his daughter's name and then went, wait!
Charlotte?
And it ended up being someone with the same name, but not who was looking for.
Yeah, not her. Not the same person
Oh,
at all.
freckles.
Good, I'm glad you liked that. Jay.
Early on in the session, well, first off, before even starting, Matt rolling 100.
Oh, Matt rolled 100
Just-
on the D100?
I
Yeah.
did.
So
Oh,
first
go on,
off,
Matt,
guys,
roll me a
shout out
D12.
Matt.
Matt, roll me a D12.
It's a 4.
If you'd like to deal your treasure card into the center of the screen,
Oh boy.
let's find out one of those. You can have a set of 3 jeweled empty potion flasks worth 11 gold pieces each. Congratulations on your D100. Sorry, carry on, Jay, as you were. I wasn't there for that 100 on the 100.
But when we were at the Mage's Arcane, just the dude just doing whatever, just fast talking, whatever he wanted.
Oh, Yenlock, you liked Yenlock, did you?
Yeah.
With his green dreadlocks. Good, I'm glad you liked him.
Yeah. Fox didn't really like him. I like the item I got from him.
Yeah, there is that. Arthur's not here. He is currently, what was he doing? Deep sea diving in Denmark? Zavril, Jamal.
So, bonus shout out to the poor bullied Earth Genasi. I feel sorry for that guy and his head, but I really love how much we all hate the Raynhams, and we would love to see something unfortunate and terrible happen to them in the near future.
Spoiler alert, I don't think you're going to find many of the other nobles particularly more pleasant.
Oh no. You don't say.
Josh.
I really liked this combat, like splitting this up with the bridge was very cool, and having these mysterious spider women being these mysterious antagonists is very cool. And the mystery of who Ahmann is looming over our heads is very, very cool.
Michaela.
Yeah, I liked all the mean NPCs we talked to today. And
Were they all
also
mean?
when-
No, the Earth Genasi wasn't mean.
He didn't tell us his name though.
He didn't tell you his name. Yenlock was, I suppose he was quite mean actually, yeah, you're right.
Callum loves that guy. He's cool.
Mister didn't say.
But also when he was talking to that pink rock and Obi said, my friend could hear it talk and then summoned Rocky. So cute.
Yeah. And Alora.
Everything about our exit from that mansion. Just the footstool, the Charlotte. Just-
The scones in the bag.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, it was something. I'm going to have to give out... I don't do this normally, but I'm going to have to give my MVP out for comedic genius. Michaela, there were like some brilliant moments today, but specifically 2 of them. The first was when I think it was Matt said, we got everything we came for, and Michaela went, yeah, a stool. The second was the whole, you can't pick up Glacius because he's 9 foot tall, and he's a dragonborn, and he's wearing armor, and Michaela went, and he's fat. It's just, just take my MVP. I was fucking rolling today. But yeah, I also had Charlotte down. I had the scones in the bag. I loved the summoning of Rocky. I really liked Matt going, I'm going to cast a spell. That was like a proper Jamal moment, that. But yeah. No, I definitely really enjoyed this. I liked you guys' reaction to the spiders in the Underdark. Obviously, we're in the Underdark. Prior to the session, I prepared the mountains to go up and speak to the giants. I prepared all the interactions you could possibly have with Mikhail. I got ready for Slink's Paradise in case you wanted to visit. And I had Yenlock prepped, and of course, we went somewhere else. Hence my extended break while I prepped the Underdark. I had the assets ready, I just hadn't done it. But yeah, that is where we're going to end. If you guys would like to say goodbye.
Bye.
We shall see you soon.